I loved seeing you bringing everybody from our class on.
One. And we are live, isn't it? Yeah. I talked about fucking bringing people on, new people on, and it's hard, fucking, and then everybody wants to get on, like especially local people. So I don't just want to try to like exclude people. I'd be like, people are like, oh yeah, like you just got people on from Fraser or whatever, and it's like, it doesn't matter fucking where somebody's from as long as they got some shit to talk about, you know what I mean? Bullshit.
True. I mean, that's the whole point of this.
But yeah, this is Kicking It with Kist, episode number fucking 8. I got my man Peter Gaied in here with me. So he's been wanting to get in here. Longtime friend. He hit me up, and he's a busy motherfucker like me, so trying to get it scheduled, and get him in here took a little bit of time, but I'm glad I got you in.
Bro, I'm so glad to be here.
Hell yeah.
It's been like, what, 8 years?
Dude, that's what I said when you hit me up. That's another thing about having the podcast, catching up with people.
Yeah.
So I was excited when you hit me up.
I think from like the second post you posted, I'm like, I have to get on this.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are excited to get on there. Honestly, it's fun. Like I said, even when people are nervous, after they come on, they enjoy it. They have a good time. So, but what the fuck's going on? What's new? What's happening? Let the people know what the fuck you've been up to. Like, we haven't seen each other in a while. Since we got done with school.
We just calculated it was like 8 years.
What did you do after school? You ended up going off to school.
So I ended up going to Oakland University.
Okay. What are you doing there?
So I majored in biology.
Right on.
I have no idea why I majored in biology, by the way. I think it's from my AP class.
Sweet.
The AP class that I had in high school.
I'm kind of a science nerd. The older I get. You know,
we all are like that.
Biology straight. I always say I wish I would have paid attention more to biology when I was back in school.
It wasn't the most fun class.
Dicking around. Yeah. Some of the shit you learned is pretty sweet, though.
Like, to be honest, up until senior year high school, I wasn't taking school seriously until I took my AP classes.
That's how I was,
I was actually still learning English at that time.
I took it little bit more serious when I was younger. And then, because I used to be an honor roll kid for a while. And then as I got older and just started fucking around, you know, and bullshitting. But school's not for everybody. But some of the shit you learn is sweet. Some of the stuff you learn you do take to and you take with you after.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but biology, that's probably hard as fuck too to be in school for. Biology.
I learned you just gotta put the work to it.
Yeah. It's like
you can be a slacker but smart, or you can be less smart but a hard worker.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have to balance your work to get there.
For sure. What year are you on?
So I finished my bio degree 2019.
Okay.
And then I went to Michigan State for medicine.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, medicine, that's one of the topics I wanted to talk about. How do you feel about medicine as a whole, the whole industry? Do you support it? Do you think the industry's fucked? I know you gotta believe that it's corrupted.
That's a loaded
question.
Everybody
knows that.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially ethics in general, like these dilemmas and these topics, we get tested on them specifically.
For sure.
Like they give us moral dilemmas and such, and we have to learn about what kind of stigma or what kind of misinformation or what kind of perception the public has of medicine when we have to like answer these questions. Yeah. So it's definitely a real topic, yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Big Pharma is just, when I think about medicine now, my perspective is a lot different than if I would have thought about medicine 4 years ago.
How so?
Because, I used to think about medicine as like just drugs, like ibuprofen and Tylenol and Xanax and shit that the over-the-counter meds and stuff that's prescribed by the doctors. But now I realize that weed is medicine. And
you know, that's very common.
There's different holistic medicinal ways out there and ways of treatment and medicine that people don't know about that is sometimes even cheaper and better for you. But the way that the system is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a really
Way
good
that
point.
it's designed.
Because my program is a DO program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they actually emphasize on that very exact point that you made.
How so?
So they try to. The main theme behind it is that you try to actually diagnose the individual beyond the symptoms.
Okay.
So essentially, instead of looking at a cluster of symptoms and you're trying to treat each one of them, they try to emphasize on like finding the bedrock of whatever they're dealing with. So sometimes, sometimes you could be having like stress in your family, for example, and that would lead to a cascade of different conditions that would eventually manifest as like a medical condition. Okay, someone might not be taking care of themselves, but why are they not taking care of themselves? Like, why are they overweight, or why is they're not controlling the blood sugar? Maybe they're dealing with depression and so on.
Yeah.
So that program really emphasizes on like looking at the patient as a story rather than a set of symptoms.
For sure. And that's how it should be. Diving deeper in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Clarifying it. You can get a little bit, if you want to scoot over a little bit. I know that fucking arm, it doesn't want to, but just go ahead and scoot over a little bit. That arm fucking sometimes, it doesn't want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pull all the way over, but no, yeah, medicine, the way that it's designed for when you go to school, obviously they teach you how to diagnose people and what to give them. So, but it doesn't always mean that it's
definitely not the like
true way.
Things always happen.
Yeah,
always.
For sure.
You can have a patient that can come in with a regular pain, normal pain, that you could give him a narcotic, and next thing you know, that patient becomes an addict, and it's a whole new thing that he has to deal with.
And that's the biggest thing about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the number one problem is fucking people can't control taking some of those substances, and it's hard. I'm not just gonna say that those people are weak and that's bullshit, because that stuff is highly fucking addictive. Mm. But
no, addiction is legitimately serious.
And I know that people that are giving it out, whether it be the doctors or whoever, you know, the nurses, they don't mean harm by it either. Like I said, that's what they're taught.
But not everybody is as innocent.
You don't know what anybody's gonna do. You don't know people that are, if they're gonna abuse it or whatever's gonna happen. So
yeah, some people do abuse their gift though.
Yeah. Like
there was a story recently I read. This doctor, not so far from my hometown, he was prescribing narcotics just completely unethically and illegally, and he was just making a lot of money.
Really?
And his practice got shut down.
Where was this at?
This was somewhere in Macomb.
Really?
I think Sterling Heights. I don't know.
What?
And then he just got sent behind prison for like 15 years.
What the fuck? Good.
Absolutely good.
I mean, like I said, that's crazy. Every time I hear those stories, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I can't believe people are, like, the people would actually buy that shit. You know what I mean? Like, go, like, and buy something from somebody that's saying they're a doctor just because they have their doctor's license, like, out of their garage or whatnot. That's fucking...
Everything can be abused.
I'm good on that, you know?
Literally.
But... I don't know. There's a lot of different ways, too, now that they're discovering medicinal purposes for marijuana and psilocybin, mushrooms, you know, psychedelics.
That's been a hot topic, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, but another thing that's really crazy is just how hard it is for people to get medicine and to get the right treatment with healthcare and whatnot.
Yeah.
And,
insulin.
Yeah.
Compare the price of insulin here in Canada.
Yeah, what is that?
Canada's a few bucks. Like, anybody can afford insulin in Canada.
Okay.
And here it's, I forgot the number, but it costs a person almost a house mortgage just to stay alive.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mark Cuban said, he said about people having to choose to pay for food or their bills, you know what I mean, or their medicine. It's fucked up. Like, you shouldn't have to worry about paying for all three.
That's true. Yeah.
And I mean,
but then
everybody's
again,
situation's different. So
yeah, that brings in the debate of what kind of economy do we want to have.
Yeah. But I get it. I don't know how it could be done. Like, it sounds good. Everybody just gets everything for free. Good on paper, but yeah, give everybody everything for free.
And that's what everybody screams too. Like, everybody screams they want some
realistic
kind of outcome, but they don't explain how can we get there.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even do that?
I don't know. I haven't dug really deep into that side of the political world to know what would have to happen for there to be a shift. And I mean, there's some people that are completely fine with it. Obviously, if you're well, you can afford shit, but even simple stuff as well as going to the dentist, trying to get your teeth cleaned or get your teeth pulled and shit, that's all expensive. Some people can't go. There's people that don't go. You know, their girls off. They can't afford to go to the dentist. So
it's completely different in Europe.
There's got to be some way. You just
got to look at how Europe does it.
Yeah, how is that?
I just know things there are actually in which country? I can't remember the name on top of my head, but there's a European country with like it has the crime rate is extremely low and everything is offered universally like this.
Yeah.
Healthcare you would never pay a dime.
Really?
Yeah.
Here you go, man. Fix that for me.
I got it.
Scoot your chair over there. There you go. Yeah. Pull up a little. There you go.
That's good.
Yeah, everybody. I got it for everybody, you know, custom good host, so try to take care of my guests, you know what I mean? Make sure they're set up and comfortable. But the vibes in the studio are good, huh?
Absolutely, yeah.
Hell yeah. So everybody comes by, and then once you get the people that are nervous, they start to chill once they get here and have a couple of brews. You brought the Coronas by. You fuck with the Coronas? Is this your go-to?
This is my go-to, yeah.
Yeah, I Corona's like the Coronas. Coronas, I like the Heinekens.
Especially the pandemic.
Bud Light, now. Can't go wrong with the Bud Light. Yeah, I was drinking straight fucking liquor when the pandemic first started.
I'd rather drink liquor than beer.
Actually. Yeah, sometimes. It depends on the occasion. I like beer, but I'm not the type of guy that's going to go home and drink a 12 rack. You know what I mean? Like, after work. Fuck that. I don't even drink beer on the daily. You know, kicking back, might want to throw a couple beers back, or I'm out of town, whatever. Whatever, but not all the time. Liquor is good for certain shit, you know, or you're out at going to take some shots. I like taking shots. I gotta watch it though, because I'll be fucked up real fast.
What's your average number of shots?
Real quick. The most?
Average.
I can't. Oh, the average? I like to take, you know, it depends how long I'm out. If I'm out for a couple hours, I'll fucking have a couple shots. You know, I don't like to take multiple shots back to back.
That's true.
You'll find me fucking passed out somewhere, probably sleeping. Everybody that knows that, there's people that are going to be laughing. I will never be throwing, I might be sleeping. You can hear some people will tell you. So, but it's crazy because I got some fucking I can just pound shit.
And that's a dangerous route too, that in itself.
Yeah, hell yeah. Alcohol, but it's legal.
Yeah.
You can drink. But be careful if you're smoking some weed. Lucky not to be, you know, Michigan's a little different. We're lucky you're here. But sometimes I go out of town and I'm like,
oh, you gotta watch
just about how scary it is because some places are still like, weed, no.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not fucking with it.
But I think that when the election is approaching, Uncle Biden is making these comments legalizing it.
That guy.
Like, dude, you had 2 years now.
Exactly. Well, I seen something too the other day that was like, all that, like, whatever he just did. Was it a bill?
He pardoned the all the simple
something about though there were still people in there that should pardon that he didn't even pardon.
I don't know. I don't know the extent of the story, but I
bet, you know, he's whatever he's doing. As you said, he's just doing it to fucking earn somebody's vote, but he ain't gonna fucking earn.
It's classic. You have to expect something like this next to the midterms.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. I mean, I think after this last time, I kind of just look at the whole political wheel so much differently now.
I'm seeing you're not a big fan
Seen
of
so much shit.
Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe? No. I mean, why would I be? He's making life fucking so much harder for me.
You're sane.
You know? He was gonna make it so much
you
easier. Everybody hated fucking Donald Trump, but no matter what you fucking feel, say now that we didn't have it better off back when he was in office.
Exactly. Yeah.
With everything right now, with
Yeah.
how the world's going, we're fucking looked at by other parts of the world. There's just so much shit going on.
I drop a couple tears at the gas station now. Every time.
Well, yeah, I know. It's funny. For the longest time, the gas station right by my house, someone slapped it up with stickers, happy that sticker, you know, Joe Biden.
I like seeing that, yeah.
And I'm like, you sure did. You fucking conned a lot of people. So I hope a lot of people end up fucking realizing. I mean, we'll see what happens. And it don't mean, I mean, there's never gonna be, especially with politics. It's like who is the perfect, you know? That person.
My man is just way too old. Like, it's obvious.
I think The Rock should run for president.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think he'd win.
Why The Rock?
He's a good guy. I think he would be able to pull the other in a good way. In a good way. I'd be interested to see how he is on the political front. I mean, who knows? The guy might be smart when it comes to that shit.
It's not impossible. What's his name?
No. I mean, half of these people...
Governor of
Donald
California.
Trump was a businessman. He wasn't in politics, but he knew what he was doing in office. You know what I mean?
Arnold was the governor of California.
Yeah, exactly.
He's straight off Hollywood.
You never know. But, who knows? Trump's probably going to be the head of the Republican Party.
You gonna run again?
They're saying DeSantis might. If DeSantis chooses to run for president, I mean...
I like him.
He's a good guy.
I like him.
My grandparents stayed on in Florida.
He's straightforward. He tells a snake you're a snake. They love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, dude. Even he's got gas down there. They're fucking getting gas for it's like 2 something. When I was just down in Florida, it was like $2.30, $2.40. Then you get up, you start going north. It starts $3 and then $3.50. You know, it's like.
What I like most about him is the very opposite of what I hate most about almost every other politician.
Yeah.
Political correctness. Like if I'm watching a speech and I can sense that they're trying to be politically correct, which is something they're all going to try to do. Mm-hmm. But to what extent are you being politically correct? To what extent are you trying to sugarcoat everything?
Exactly.
You just can't trust that. It's just you're putting on a show.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah, that's the thing about politics, the acting. They're so fucking good. It's like it's Hollywood.
I got a taste of it when I ran for student congress at Oakland.
Oh, yeah.
A few years ago.
How was that?
So, it's a mix of a power trip and also, like... Power trip and also you're trying to give what needs to be heard to get what you want. Like, if you're trying to win the votes of the students, like all you're doing is...
Yeah, because there's somewhat of a popularity contest aspect to it.
Yeah, so there has to be some kind of acting aspect to it.
Yeah.
And that's what fuels the mistrust in the public.
For sure. Well, especially when their acting is and they're fucking doing one thing that's completely the opposite of what they said, and it's complete bullshit, and nothing's getting done, and everything's a shit pile. But you live and you learn, and whether it was rigged or not, this ain't it. So something's got to fucking change, and we'll see. So, I mean, time's already going by fast. Hopefully we can make it through without fucking Uncle Joe falling out and fucking hitting his head.
Without getting nuked.
Yeah, right? That's another thing.
It's literally making the
economy... What's going on with that?
It's making the economy look, it's just one drop in a bucket
so scary.
Of shit that the world is going through.
What if that were to happen?
You know what scares me the most about that?
What if that were to just happen right now?
What scares me the most about that is the politicians that are controlling their states right now.
Yep.
No matter how old they are, they're not old enough to have lived through when we used our first nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
So like, none of them have an idea what kind of damage they could cause. None of them have an idea how they can even like damage control if they decide to do something like this. None of us actually fathom what kind of aftermath we would be living through.
Yeah.
And what makes it so petrifying is that when it comes to nuclear war, and I've read about this, and they all argue the same point that it becomes. So if two parties have nukes, either of them can completely destroy the other person. Yeah. So your main objective is to completely disarm the other person. So you have to literally do everything you have before it gets destroyed. You have to use everything that you have.
Yeah.
So if there's a threat that a nuclear war is starting, like at least one of the countries involved will get obliterated to the ground.
For sure.
You have to neutralize any kind of threat.
Yes. That's the thing that's so scary. And there's multiple parts that go into it. Like, everybody thinks it's like just press a button and boom. That's like, no. There's multiple steps that are in place when a nuke happens. But it's possible. It's possible. Putin is not to be fucked with. That guy is a crazy motherfucker.
He's crazy. I give him respect as much as he's.
You know what I mean? Whether you like him or you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the guy is, he's running their country over there, and the whole way that he invaded Ukraine, there's so many different fucking theories on why they're there. Like, there's what the mainstream media is putting out, that obviously he's just a fucking terrible guy, and he just wants to take over.
I think he has a legitimate reason for what he's doing. I don't know if it's the best way he could have went about it.
And what do you go off of?
So,
what do you believe?
Based on what he is relaying, as well as most. This is like general knowledge. Like, ever since the Ukraine started years ago, this has been the dilemma that he's just threatened about how NATO is expanding all around him.
Yes.
Like the glory of Russia, or the once was USSR. Like, this is getting threatened forever by NATO expanding around it. It's like you're having your enemies moving into your neighborhood, one house at another. So at any point, he can just his country can be completely inferior.
And that's exactly what I heard about, because there's, like I said, there's a couple different theories they were talking about, and I heard, that was the one that I heard, that what I've heard the most about from the most credible sources was that obviously that NATO was trying to expand. And I think they offered Ukraine. I don't know what the offer was. There was a peace offering though. And
like, they offered Ukraine to join.
That was something fucked up, you know. Obviously, we conned our way into making them want to stay over here with us. So
yeah,
we got our way of doing that. That's a whole nother thing.
U.S. always has its ways.
Us being involved the way we are just eventually is going to end up not being good.
It's going to backfire, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of happening to some degree already. Like, if you look at what's happening all over, you're kind of losing your influence over other countries. Yeah. To some extent. Like, the Saudi Arabia and the nations involved in OPEC, like, all of a sudden they just went against the U.S.'s wishes, and now they raised, they lowered their supply of oil, knowing that we're already suffering here from high gases. And Uncle Joe right now, he's using, I don't know if you know this, but he's using the reserve, the petroleum reserve. Really? Yeah. So we have a petroleum reserve it's filled up, and it's reserved only for like catastrophic times. If the U.S. is in war,
he's dipping into that. I thought I heard that.
So when
did they start doing that?
So this was actually filled by Trump. So Trump filled that. So we already had that built. He filled it up to the max. Yep. And then,
which good.
And he had to fight to get it filled. Good. He had to fight to get it filled, and he got it filled. And then prices were skyrocketing a few months ago, and then Uncle Joey decided to start using that because we're going through a catastrophic time. Yeah. So he's artificially bringing the price down, but we're actually running out of the reserve oil that we have. Exactly. After midterms, it's expected that he's going to stop using that. Not only is he going to stop using it, but he has to start filling it up again. So demand is going to go up again. We're not going to have as much supply. With OPEC lowering the supply, winter is coming, my brother.
Exactly. That's not good.
Winter is coming. And Europe is already freezing. Mm-hmm. They're having a huge energy crisis right now.
Really?
Yeah, because they get most of their oil from Russia. So if you're sanctioning Russia and Russia sanctions you,
You're fucked.
And their winters are harsh.
That's tough.
Like Sweden, you can
So,
throw
like I
you
said,
can throw
what
water
do you-
outside.
You know,
Yeah.
there's so many people that don't even have anything to do with this war that are affected by it. You know, that's one of the things that are sad to see, and that suck, and that you kind of look at when you see, and you wish that you could kind of maybe do something about it, but there's really nothing that
It's a sad reality.
Yeah.
A few men in power. Like the other day, what's his name? Kim Jong-un, North Korean president.
That guy's another fucking
he
nutbag.
He fired a ballistic missile and it flew across the entire South Korean island.
What?
And he just dropped it in the ocean. A show of power just confused the whole world, and now everybody's like, what the fuck is going on?
Exactly, yeah. What's this fucking psycho gonna do? Yeah, that's another. I mean, say it all the time. People don't know how blessed we are to live in America, man. We don't deal with a lot of shit that goes on. The power-hungry fucking dictators of the world that control how you fucking live your life.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's terrible.
Iran is dealing with that right now.
Yeah.
Because their leader is a big oppressor of women. Because it's a Muslim country, so he's trying to keep all of them wearing a hijab.
Yeah.
And they're not liking it. So they keep protesting. And actually, last week, one girl was just completely kidnapped by the police and was killed.
That's insane. And it's so corrupt. It's like by the police.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The police is a
getting
huge
paid
problem
off.
in the
They're
Middle
working
East.
for that shit's disgusting. I can't fucking, some of the shit that goes on, it's fucking crazy.
The police can be terrible, but they can also be savers.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like in Egypt, they're the reason Egypt was saved a few years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
How so? In what situation?
So, for a while, Egypt had a president that was holding office for like 3 decades, almost 30 years, or probably more.
Is he good or bad president?
I mean, he kept the country safe,
Yeah.
but quality of life was absolute shit.
Okay.
That's around the time when I came to
poverty.
That's when I came to the U.S.
Okay.
And Who
was this guy?
His name is Mubarak.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was actually a military officer, and the president before him got assassinated. So he took office.
Okay.
And he just stayed there. It became a military
style
controlled state.
Leader. Yeah,
essentially,
exactly.
yeah. So the police were known as bullies for a very long time in Egypt.
Yeah.
So everybody had enough, and they threw a revolution, and then they kicked the guy out.
Fuck yeah.
And then
That's the
they threw the first Democratic Party, and the guy who won was not in the best interest of the country. He was very radicalized. He was trying to make the country kind of like, he was trying to embed religion in the state. He was trying to make Egypt run by like Saudi Arabia. So like in Saudi Arabia, a lot of the laws that you have, they stem from their religion, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Muslim country, so it stems from their Muslim religion. So a lot of the laws they have depends on that. To an extent, it's the same way in Egypt, but he wanted to like make it legitimately an Islamic state.
Really?
People were not having it, so they threw another revolution and they kicked him out.
Hell yeah.
And then the next military officer came, and he's been here.
Another military officer.
Yeah, but he's actually doing a good job.
Okay.
See, at the time, that guy that won, that tried to make it an Islamic state, he was supported largely by Obama.
Really?
So Obama was not liked at all
Go figure.
in Egypt at that time.
He's not liked in a lot of places. Yeah, but that's crazy. I mean, when did you come? What year did you come to the States?
2009.
2009?
Yeah. It was February 2009. It was towards the end of my 6th grade.
So how long was that process for you to come here?
That specific process that I came here with is, it's kind of like a lottery system.
It's
but
hard to get to the States.
It's extremely hard, yes.
You know,
you
my grandpa, he came here from Canada, and he's from Toronto, and took him fucking a long time to get here.
Yeah, the way it works is if there's potential in you to come to the States, you're likely to get a visa.
Mhm.
So, like, a family that has kids, young kids, they're likely to get accepted because these kids are likely to grow up in the States and they
Be good citizens.
they provide to the economy and they provide
Yeah.
to the community.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Because I read this a while back and I forgot the name of it, but the name of the visa that brings foreign people to study in the U.S.
Yes.
is considered one of the biggest assets for this country because they bring in all the smart people.
Yeah.
Like when I was working in research at Oakland, all my research assistants, I could hardly understand them because their English is not the language.
Yeah.
They're all foreign students and they're all just doing the research, and one from Germany, one from India, and so on.
Yeah, for sure. All over the world, man.
Yeah.
America's kind of falling behind in a bad way with a lot of that. I'm telling you.
The past 2 years have been a
telling you,
nightmare.
it's the work ethic, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of these other countries, they instill that shit, dude, in their generations young, and they work. You know what I mean? They put in the work and they're disciplined.
Yeah.
So,
But everybody's suffering right now.
yeah.
Everybody's suffering. I think it's gonna get worse in the winter.
How so?
It's just a butterfly effect.
Yeah.
A lot of things that we have here depends on things from Europe, like
Mhm.
imports and so on, and vice versa.
Hmm.
Like it's inevitable that Europe is going to suffer in the winter.
Yeah.
Like their energy crisis is really big, and that's going to impact everything from transportation to manufacturing to everything to agriculture.
Yeah. Well, plus too, they're saying that
That will trickle. Yeah.
if they're saying though that if Russia can hold out in Ukraine and obviously wait until it gets colder and
They're used to that.
they can take advantage of the weather and
Russia's
obviously
used to
just
that, yeah.
win the war, win that little battle and take that over. What effect is that going to have?
Soldiers are
Is that
cold-blooded.
going to end up being good for us, or is that going to end up being bad? You know?
One way or the other, this war has to end in
Yeah.
some way. But
So-
what I don't understand is, like,
Because it's
What-
like, yeah, if they lose,
yeah,
yeah,
like
Putin's going
supplying,
to be like,
yeah,
fuck you.
like supplying Ukraine right now with the weapons and the money that we give. Obviously, they need humanitarian aid, but like, what is
A lot of weapons and a lot of money we're giving them.
So like realistically speaking, Ukraine and Russia, you cannot compare the two.
Yeah.
That's a big bully, and that's like
Yeah.
a nobody.
It's David and Goliath.
So, I mean, what's the like? Do you expect them to defeat them at one point?
yeah, right. Exactly.
You're just causing Ukraine to just suffer more, just live more suffering,
Yeah.
and at the same time, by
It's
Russia's
tough,
also
though, 'cause
taking a
the
hit.
people of Ukraine, too, you got to get, it's a pride thing. They want to keep fighting.
Oh, absolutely! You have to defend your
I mean,
homeland.
who knows
to what
about the
extent.
president, you know?
You have to defend your homeland. But I mean, what is the best solution, though?
I don't know. Like I said, regardless, I'm just worried about when the war does end, what's going to be the outcome, and how are we going to be affected by it, you know?
It's a big question, yeah. Because it either ends or we end.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I mean, I think, yeah. How long do you think it could go on for, though?
years, man.
You
It
think
could go
so?
on for years. It could end in a month.
Yeah.
They could come to a peace agreement.
Well, we're going to just keep helping them. In NATO, I mean, we're just going to keep dumping it on, so. But you hear back and forth. I don't really know what to believe. I don't know who's really winning the war. You know?
That's a fair point to make.
I
Because
mean, but I hear every day Russia's just getting, deeper and deeper.
all of the news that we're getting is Western-based media.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare for someone from America to watch them listening to a European news channel.
Well, I
We're kind of-
heard that
we're
the
isolated.
news, like in Russia, they're basically just saying that Ukraine is terrible and that America is terrible, and we're trying to help them. And because I mean, Russia, they fucking hate us. We look terrible to them.
Yeah, we look.
I mean, we've already been the enemy. Now we're helping Ukraine, so it's just it's even
there's
worse.
political enemies, and then there's also you have to look at it as
And then they just won the UFC championship, the Russians. So what the fuck? But, nah, yeah, what were you
We gotta
saying?
get our shit together.
Get it right. What were you saying, though?
I was saying, you could have two political groups make enemies of each other. It doesn't necessarily mean that the population has to be enemies with each other. That's a fucked up part.
Exactly. People don't understand that.
Yeah, like the leaders of this nation decide one day, okay, fuck you. So everybody now has to say fuck you too.
That's what I say. It's like everybody's like, it's got to be you one way. You got to be hard one way. It's not like that. You can have fucking whatever views you want. You don't. That's the thing that I hate about politics. How it's so group oriented, and it's like pick a side and you rock with that. It's like fuck that, man.
There's a lot wrong.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of corruption.
Because there's shit I like and there's shit I don't like. So
even in our system, there's a lot of corruption. Like there was a paper released.
It's one of the most corrupt.
Yeah, there was a journal released the other day. A few dozen number of politicians, like they make stock trades based on like insider information of things that they're ruling. Like you can be on a committee that on a committee that controls a specific aspect of the economy, and you would get news that something is going to happen with this company, or this company is going to be put on a specific list of something. Based on that information that you already know, before that gets released, they go and they invest and they make a shit ton of money. That paper got released a few weeks ago. So, absolutely corrupt. No wonder a politician that starts with $90,000 a year, they retire millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
Before they even retire, they already have millionaires.
People don't even fucking know. You look that shit up, how much money some of these motherfuckers have. You'd be amazed.
Nancy Pelosi.
It's disgusting. Fucking dog shit rich. Scammers, man. I'm telling you. It sucks for the good ones, you know. Because there are some good politicians, and it's... For every fucking 10 shitty ones, you got one good one.
That's true.
And that's just how that game goes. But you need that opener.
Yeah, you have the opener? Yeah. I forgot this. That was wrong.
I got that in Jamaica.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
When'd you go to Jamaica?
I went to Jamaica actually about a year ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I was in Egypt like last May.
Yeah, so Egypt is fucking... I'm fascinated with Egypt. For real. I want to go there. I want to see the pyramid. I want to see the pyramids.
No, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
But I have my own thoughts on that. It's
how long does it take to get there? Flight. How long is the flight?
Almost 24 hours of flight just to get there. Like I took 3 planes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took almost a day. And when I landed, it was 102 degrees.
What time of the year did you go?
That was May.
Okay. Yeah.
Right when I landed, they marked the country on a red alert for COVID because it was spreading so fast.
Go figure.
No one was wearing masks.
Yeah.
And the heat strike just started.
Really?
So it was one of the best and worst weeks of my life.
Go figure. Yeah. Where at in Egypt did you go? Did you go back obviously to where you were from, or? Like,
so yeah, in addition to like seeing my family for like a couple of days, which they're all the way down south in Egypt.
Okay.
I stayed in Cairo most of the time.
Nice.
And it's fucking crowded.
Yeah. Is it? It's
very crowded. Right. If you're trying to cross the street, don't expect anybody to look at you. You have to literally fly.
People would be amazed, like the way people drive in these different countries. Like I said, when I was in Jamaica, like the fucking Uber driver that was taking us from the resort
out of this world
to
drivers.
The airport is just fucking whipping this van through the favela, like going up through these sharp turns. There's people walking around, people on bikes. Like,
I'm telling you, if I took my car and went back, I would not be able to drive around.
I'm scared. I'm like, this shit is fucking Christ, bro. Like we're about to die. What the fuck's going on?
My brother and I. So when I went back. It was my brother and I and my cousin. His name is Mina.
Yeah.
And
Mina. Shout out Mina.
Mina Wasif. Oh yeah. He lived in the same area we lived in.
Yeah.
Shout out Mina.
I know Mina. Yeah. It's my boy.
When one of the trips we were supposed to go straight deep into the desert and just ride RVs, okay?
Hell yeah, that's sick.
So the car that took us there, we got in the back. This guy was flying, jumping up and down over mountains. My brother and I looked at each other. Hey, just tell my mom I love her.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
This guy blasting Arabic hip hop. I've never heard it before in my life.
That's sick. That's sick. Yeah, that's one of the things I would want to do if I went to Egypt. Is just go to one of the parts of the desert where you can just rip shit. Some
my favorite
dune buggies or some 4-wheelers, whatever, dirt bikes.
Horses
just
are
tear
the
that
best
shit
part.
up. Yeah. What are some of the coolest spots?
Oh, it has a lot. Depends on what you're into.
I seen something the other day. Like, you can there's packages where you can go there and obviously tour around and fuck. Like I said, the pyramids I want to see, though. Have you ever you've been to the pyramids?
I've seen the pyramids once, yeah.
How crazy is it when you get in front of them? It's insane. Like, how big they are.
It's insane, yeah. It's big. You get tired, bro.
Really? Walking around it?
You get tired from walking.
Yeah. Did you, tour it?
But then you take a second and you realize, holy shit, I'm walking on rocks of thousands of years old.
How the fuck did they make this shit? Yeah, that's crazy. I don't understand that.
But one of the best,
fucking sweet.
One of the best things about Egypt is the Red Sea.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the clearest and cleanest water you can find. Their what's it called? Coral reef life is beautiful. Like, if you go scuba diving there.
I want to check that out.
Yeah.
That's fucking fire.
And you know what? It's cheap. It's so cheap to be in Egypt.
Yeah.
When I went, the dollar was 17 pounds.
Uh-huh.
So, to give you an idea, a bottle of Coke was like 3 pounds.
Okay.
So with $1, I could buy like 5 Cokes.
Nice.
Yeah. That was 17 pounds per dollar. Okay. Right now it's 22 pounds per dollar.
Go figure.
So shit is hitting the fan everywhere right now.
Right.
Everywhere.
It's just how it goes. I don't know when that shit's gonna turn around. You know.
And they're just gonna keep printing money until it does.
So up in the air until it ain't worth nothing no more. Then we're doing crypto or whatever the fuck we're gonna be.
I'm waiting for that winter to end.
Exactly.
Crypto winter.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I was on Doji when it happened, when it kicked off. But I was such a bad trader.
Do you fuck with any other crypto? Do you fuck with it at all?
For a while I did, yeah. Until Bitcoin just completely collapsed and it just stayed under 25.
I don't ever check it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll just come back to this in 2 years.
Like, I have not checked it. I still have Bitcoin, and I have a couple other little things, but that's how I started too. I started with the Doge, and I was pissed because I was up, and I didn't pull at the right time, and I got fucked over, and I was like, this shit's stupid, but that game, I mean, there's money to be made.
Yeah, you reminded me of something.
And the crypto, and the NFTs, all that, and the trading, but you gotta be on top of that. Yeah. You cannot be lazy with that shit. It won't work, you know?
I got a letter in the mail once that said you haven't accessed. This was after I took years off from crypto. This is before I started into crypto. I got a letter that said you haven't accessed your account in a few years. You need to log in or your assets will be defaulted to something.
What?
Some kind of agency.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, what are they talking about? What account? Turns out I bought Bitcoin 5 years before I got that letter.
No.
So I'm downloading the app. I'm excited. I'm like, oh shit, I'm a millionaire.
Yeah.
I opened the app and it turns out I only bought $100 for it.
Oh, but still, I mean, it was worth some money.
Yeah, I made some money.
For sure. Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I had my boy, you know Mo, Al Masri. You remember him? Yeah. He was putting us on Bitcoin in high school.
Oh, that's that's an early time.
Couldn't really get it. Wasn't hip like that. Just like, oh yeah, that's cool.
That is a prime time for Bitcoin.
Should have put some money into there.
How much was it back then?
My little checks I was making. I couldn't even tell you. Bet you
but that was cheap. That was down. That was a few $100.
If you would have had that back then, yeah.
Yeah, my $100 if I invested in high school, it would have been a lot.
But that might end up being the new wave. People are fucking been saying, I mean, for a while that obviously the dollar is just going to lose its value. And
it's struggling right now.
I don't know what's going to be the next currency. It's another thing. It's crazy. It's like, what do you know? That's
what makes the U.S.
You got to stock your, you got to put your shit in a bunch of, you know. It's almost like just having, you know, used to be having cash in your mattress was the thing. That's not the thing no more. Because that shit's going to be nothing.
Yep.
So.
Literally, the U.S. dollar is what makes the U.S. the status that they have.
I know. So,
if you think about it, if you're trying to fight to stay in that top status as a world leader, you need to make sure your dollar is stronger because that's the currency that the entire world market is backed up on.
Yeah.
So, in order to keep that strong, you have to like engage in political tactics or in economical tactics, not just necessarily like old-fashioned warfare.
Yeah.
You have to do things that will keep your dollar stronger than the other person's currency.
For sure. Who knows if that's ever gonna fucking happen. That's a fucking struggle. It's a fucking struggle right now. So, I haven't really heard what's going on at the border right now.
Oh, I haven't heard a lot about that. But I know it's still as messy as it once was. You know the media doesn't cover it really anymore. You got that bottle opener? So, yeah. I don't know. I feel like fucking... It's been a mess. It was a mess. It will stay a mess.
Understand just how drastic it is. The way that people are coming over the border. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy.
I've seen some few... I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've seen a few TikToks, and this is where actually I get a lot of my information from.
Yeah.
I occasionally visit like the news and like in the morning or the evening randomly.
Uh-huh.
But TikTok, like that's a revolutionary. Yeah. Like that's exposing a lot of people to a lot of what's happening.
Yeah. They were fucking... I seen... Joe Rogan had someone on there that was talking about... He was a special ops guy that was going into Iran to get people out of there. And,
it sounds familiar. I think I know what you're talking about.
Like, literally talking about, like, people fucking throwing their babies, like, over fences and shit like that. You know what I mean? To try to get their kids. It's fucking crazy. People don't understand how fucking lucky they are, like, to be living in America. It's like people would fucking do anything to get a chance to come here. You know what I mean? And live a life over here. Is
something I always say.
People that are born here are like, oh, fucking...
It's interesting that I hear that
from you. Just because
of
this, fuck America. It's like, it's stupid. This isn't the... It's like, dude, you fucking go somewhere else, bro, and you say you don't like the person that's leading. Like I said, you say you don't like Kim Jong-un, bro, they're going to chop your fucking hand off.
That's literally something hard for someone born and raised here to recognize. Yeah. Because a lot of people here live in a bubble. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't understand how... drastically different and hard it is somewhere else.
And how hard it is, yeah. Exactly. That's what, like, us... I mean, how is Egypt? How's the majority of, you know, the population? Is there
suffering.
A lot of poverty?
Yeah.
You know? Is the government...
There is.
Is the government money hungry?
If you're...
Are they corrupt?
So far, the narrative is that government right now has been, like... doing some work. Like, they're building a whole new city in the desert. They're calling it the new Cairo, like the new capital.
Okay.
And they're actually building the tallest building in the world. So we're going to top Burj Khalifa.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's fire.
It's built on, like, an ancient Egyptian design.
For real?
Yeah, you can look it up. I forgot the name. It's something French. I forgot the name of it, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be sick, though.
Like I said, Egypt's fire. That's one of the places on my bucket list that I want to check out.
No, you'd have a good time. Sure. You'd have a good time, and it wouldn't be expensive.
What's better than that?
Yeah.
For sure.
Their biggest issue is that... Sorry. Their biggest issue is that the tourism there, if it was more controlled, it would be so much better.
What do you mean?
So you can...
Don't say that. That
What?
makes me think bad things.
No. There are.
The tourism is not
What
controlled good.
all my Egyptians are.
You go there and get fucking kidnapped or something like that.
No, that's not what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
That's what you meant.
if
Don't lie, Peter.
that's not what I mean.
Yeah. No, I'm fucking with it. What's up with it then?
You can easily get scammed if you don't know what's going on.
Oh, for sure.
That is what I meant.
That's with anywhere.
So, like, you could be walking at the pyramid, and someone may come to you and tell you you have to pay a specific fee that you didn't pay, or in order to walk here, you have to pay a specific fee.
Yeah, right.
And they'd play it out so good that you would be not able to tell if that's a thief walking on the street
For
or
real.
someone else.
They do though. They do that shit everywhere, man.
It makes it hard. Like
When
that.
they
That
see
was.
that you're fucking not, they try to hustle you. Especially if you're not from, if you're not a local, they're gonna try to get down on you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
But if you just seem tough, they'll just fuck off.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
For sure. How much longer do you have till you're done with school?
So I'm starting my rotations in like 3 weeks.
Okay.
So that's 2 years. And then after the 2 years, that would be training for whatever specialty I do. So my top is emergency. Hopefully that's what I'm going to end up doing.
Sick.
An emergency on average takes 3 years training. So essentially I have two more years of schooling and then 3 more years of training. So that's 5 years from now.
Fuck, bro.
Mind you,
you've been in this shit.
Mind you, I graduated college 2 years ago.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna say you're dedicated.
I could have been.
I've been out of school for a minute. I can only think this whole time I've been out of school, you've still been fucking getting
bro.
it.
Yeah, I question it sometimes.
Yeah, it's
like
tough.
when I slack for an exam on the night before, and I'm like, shit. Am I gonna fail this exam if I don't pull an all-nighter and just keep going? Why did I do medicine? Why
you gotta be dedicated? Yeah,
you have these moments.
But you're doing something. So obviously you were passionate about medicine.
I would have not done it if I didn't like medicine.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Like the sacrifice that comes.
Was there
with this.
anything that made you like? Because getting into medicine, I mean, it's slim to none that people go for it, let alone can make it through that. So. What made you want to get into that? Making
it through is not as hard as it seems, or some people make it sound.
Well, just that, even if it's not hard.
But getting in it is hard.
That long. Yeah. Going to school for that long.
That's what I meant by the sacrifice.
Doing that, and then the training and all that. You know what I mean?
You have to have actually the passion for it.
Like you said, getting in. Just getting in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What made you want to get into that shit?
I'm telling you, it all started with AP Bio in high school.
Yeah?
Literally.
Oh, yeah.
AP Bio.
Who inspired you? You gotta have someone that inspired you. Shout them out. Who was it? You gotta have somebody.
I actually don't.
For real?
I'm the first, what's it called? My sister's older than me, so she went to college before me, obviously. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, I'm the first generation college student in my family.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's big.
So I didn't have that, like, academic inspiration that I looked up to, but, like, I always liked to learn. Like, I enjoyed that.
Fuck yeah.
I think
smart motherfucker.
Bro, I'm not smart.
Yeah, shut up. Don't fucking bullshit.
No, it's not.
Don't bullshit. I hate
it's
people
the challenge.
I hate people that
no.
I mean, I get it, but
it's
every
the
time
challenge.
Someone that's smart, they're like, "Oh, I'm not smart." It's like, motherfucker. Shut up.
Listen, there are people that are humble, but I'm not being humble. I'm telling you, like, I don't deserve good things.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. We're all fucking,
That's exactly how I remember it.
We also think some people, maybe at least you're not one of those guys that think they fucking know everything. You know what I mean?
No, I can't
say that. One of those
that.
Assholes.
I can't say that with a straight face. Can't be around those
people. Fuck that. You gotta be humble. You been working out? Been in the gym?
No, not lately.
For real?
I used to go every day for a while.
Dude, I was gonna say, back in the day.
Yeah, I haven't in the past, 4 months.
Yeah, it's tough.
4 or 5 months I have not.
Like I said, I think I gotta go tonight. We'll see.
You sure you're not gonna go sleep?
This is the second beer. Remember I told you, I was like, fuck, I don't know if I should drink beer because I gotta go to the gym. Going on the treadmill after you had a couple beers is not fun.
Which gym you go to?
Go to a couple different gyms. Go to Planet sometimes. I go to Crunch. Go to Lifetime. Go to
Bro, how many memberships you have?
Well, I had one at Gold's, and Crunch and Planet.
Don't tell me you go to the same Crunch and Fraser.
But my boy has one at Lifetime, and I go with him, and fucking love that gym. I'm thinking about just switching there. But I like different things about all the gyms. And it's like sometimes there's certain ones that are less busy at certain times. So,
yeah.
I need to just fucking build my own little home gym.
Literally, the one I go to is open 24/7. So, my favorite time to be there is like 2 a.m.
Yeah. We got a little fucking setup at my shop. That's pretty sweet. My boss set up when we first got this new shop. It's pretty sweet.
Does that work for you? Because like I set up a gym in my basement a few times, but I never go through with it.
It's never I mean, I've never done it. I need a certain amount of stuff though, which you really don't need a lot of shit. You can get an intense workout in with minimal shit.
Yeah.
Resistance bands, kettlebell, whatever, dumbbells, but something about being in the gym, especially like the boxing gym.
Oh, you boxed?
Yeah,
I heard that in one of your podcasts.
Yeah, that shit straight.
How long
about
do you
to
box
start doing some jujitsu.
How long do you box for? Now I'm interviewing you.
That's what I'm trying to do. I started doing it probably like a year ago. Probably started doing it a year ago.
Oh, that's recent.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely more recent. Yeah, I haven't competed yet. They were trying to get me to compete, but...
Why did you say no?
Like when I first got into it, it was more just me trying it. I wanted to try something new, and I would be ready. Like I didn't feel like at first I was ready. Like when I first started doing it, they were trying to get me to fight. Like in a couple weeks. Like I was training for a couple weeks, and they were
couple weeks in.
They were trying to get me to fight MMA. They were like trying to get me to do boxing fights, and I was like, and they were like knew that I wanted to do MMA, and they were like, we can get you to do MMA fights instead. And I was like, I'm confident in my abilities always, but that's just something that I felt like I wanted to work on a little bit more before I just go inside a fucking cage and
you were being realistic.
Get my shit destroyed, you know.
That
by someone that's been practicing that
that's
for
wise.
10 years.
You're being realistic.
So, but who knows? I still think about it sometimes, especially every time I watch it, I'm like,
I could have gone past me like that.
I should just go do it because I like it. But the training was something that I took from it that I still do, that I like, because I like the workout and it got me in shape, and I still like to do it. Like when I go to, I would never say like I go like lift anymore. I used to just lift, like that would just lift weights, but I was bigger. And,
I remember the days.
Slimmed down.
The weight room.
Yeah. Right. I didn't fucking barely lift though at all back in the day. Like I was just big, you know. But I was always a bigger guy. But once I started eating better and then working out,
it's all your diet. It's all your diet.
I'm on the carnivore diet right.
What is that?
Just meat.
That's been my life.
I do eggs. I do eggs too. But eggs and red meat, you know, beef.
That is exactly how
a lot of steak.
That is my average day, yes. Yeah. Literally.
I had to cut out the carbs and shit, man.
I got so used to it.
I don't even any good.
Like I don't even eat the rice on my plate.
Yeah.
I just eat the chicken or the meat and I'm done.
It's so crazy. I literally will go to work and bring just a New York strip, a ribeye, in my fucking little container for lunch and just eat that shit, dude. Just one piece of steak.
I've never heard of anyone take steak to work.
That's all I need. I do it. I know it sucks because it's kind of expensive, you know. But sometimes I switch it up. Like I can literally eat just ground beef patties, whatever. Or like I said, eggs. But I do I do fasting. I do like intermediate fasting too. From
do you eat breakfast?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither.
Normally not. I wanted to. Every time I try to say I'm going to, and I try to wake up early, it's just I don't really have the appetite for it. And then on top of that, I'm always like, I don't really got time. I don't want to take the time and sit there and eat. Because if I'm gonna eat breakfast, I'm not gonna eat a fucking bowl of cereal. Like, I'm gonna eat eggs or some shit like that. Try to give me some good nutritional shit in the morning, not some bullshit. But
you want to hear an interesting fact?
what?
So where I grew up from in Egypt, because I grew up on, you can essentially say my grandpa owned a farm in Egypt.
Okay.
So all my, most of the food that I would eat was fresh, like same day fresh. Meat, same day fresh.
That's
Milk, same day fresh. That has been it for like all my life in Egypt. Okay?
Yeah.
Very minimal processed food. So, when you get milk off the farm, you have to heat it up. You have to heat it up to kill any microbes that are in it. So I got acquired to that taste of hot cereal.
Yeah.
Growing up, I moved here. It was so difficult to eat cold cereal.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
I would try to eat cold cereal. I'm like, what is this shit?
Yeah, what the fuck? And that's now.
And my friends would think it's so funny.
Like, warm cereal, like what the fuck? If I had to eat warm cereal, I would probably be throwing up.
But
that's crazy.
That's how all my friends react.
Shock. That's just one of the different things. But it's always, I feel like everything's better when you get it fresh. It's the best
Absolutely,
way.
yeah.
But I'm not eating fucking warm cereal. I don't give a fuck. I'm eating that shit with cold milk. So I do like cereal. I am a cereal guy.
You probably think I'm a psychopath right now.
Every once in a while, I like to have a bowl of cereal. For sure. Some Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, those are the best.
Captain Crunch. Fucking slap that shit down.
I'm gonna go have a bowl of cereal when I go home.
Yeah, right. For sure. And then when I like to have a bowl, it's the big bowl. You can't fuck around. Sometimes you gotta eat, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. You know what I mean? So.
I like that.
You got to.
That's toxic though.
It's so fucking hard to try to stay on. I mean, I for the most part, I stay on my diet. Like, I try to stay strict about it. And the best part for me is to just, when I go grocery shopping or whatever, I just don't buy certain shit because I know I can't fucking have it in the house. Because I'll fucking go crazy.
Oh, you're disciplined then.
Because there's not even no point in me buying it. Because if I buy a thing of chocolate chip cookies, they're fresh baked.
I salute you
out of
for
the
that.
bakery section. If I take them home and I say, all right, maybe I'll have one tonight, that's bullshit.
Bro,
I'm going to crack that shit open and eat half of them, bro. And then, it's like...
But the fact that you don't buy it to begin with, then you have the self-control.
That's the best way to do it, because if you don't fucking buy it, you ain't even got to worry about it. And it's tough. And like I said, there's some certain shit, though. You can... Some shit is sometimes, if you can manage it. But like I said, there's some people... You already know. I my whole life, that's why I was always, bigger. I was never, like, obese. But then I was, like, chubby. And I always fucking loved to snack. You know what I mean? I love to fucking snack. Even now, I do love to snack. I gotta fucking control myself. So, like I said, I ain't even about to have that shit in the crib.
Habit is the best.
Gonna go buy what I know I'm gonna eat. And, that's it.
It's habit. It's all about habit.
Yeah.
Like when I at one point I got Invisaligns for my teeth, so I had to wear them 23 hours a day. Like I would only take them out for food.
Yeah.
So over time I became just lazy to take them out for a snack.
Yeah.
So for that year and a half I was wearing them, I wasn't eating snacks at all. Finished that treatment and I rarely ever eat snacks now.
Because that's one of the... Snacking is one of the hardest parts for a lot of people. Like I said, that's kind of it for me. Like, 'cause other than that, some people get bored. They can't stick to a diet and everybody's different. Some people do keto. Some people are fucking vegetarian or vegan. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. Everybody's different, but I could eat fucking, like I said, the same thing.
A lot of people, they eat many small meals.
Yeah.
Like they snack a lot throughout the day, thinking that they're on a diet. but you're better off just having 3 full meals and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, even fasting, they're finding out now. I just seen a video the other day where they're finding out all the benefits now, like, of fasting, how beneficial it is
without
for
a
you.
doubt,
It's even anti-aging now, they're finding out nowadays.
At the very least, it helps your blood sugar.
For sure.
It helps you have better control of your blood sugar.
Helps you detox, and clean out your system. And everything is working harder. You're a little bit more sharper, too. People think because they're not...
Your body becomes more sensitive to changes.
All your other senses, yeah, exactly. You become a little bit more aware.
Yeah, like diabetes, for example.
Yeah.
Like type 2 diabetes. That's essentially your body's insensitive to the hormones that it's producing. Like, it's not working. It's not effective.
Yeah.
Even though you're producing enough, it's just not working because it's usually caused by, like, overweight and so on.
Yeah.
When you intermittent fasting causes your body to get sensitive to that kind of stuff. So over time, it improves like the response to these hormones. So you control your blood sugar better.
And it's hard, and a lot of it too is like your mind.
It's discipline, 100%.
I get it. Like you try to do it, and then you get hungry, whatever it may be. Your stomach starts fucking growling, and you're like, "Fuck, I gotta eat something." But you just
drive to the nearest McDonald's.
Yeah, take a little drink of water or whatever, and you'll be alright.
Yeah.
Just stay busy, especially like there's some days where I'm working. I don't even need to take lunch or whatever. Like, I'm straight because I ain't even thinking. Like, especially if I got shit to do, if it's a busy day at work, I'm just gonna keep fucking working. You know what I mean? So, but everybody's different. So, and I don't force. I've always been that guy to say you can't force people to live their life a certain way.
You can't. You absolutely can't.
Everybody's gonna eat what they want, do what they want. Fuck it,
You can see the doctor as many times as you want.
That's how it is, freedom. Exactly.
And you'll never listen to advice. So.
If you don't want to be in it, exactly. But you get whatever you reap what you sow.
Exactly. Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And everybody learns that lesson at one point.
So.
Discipline is a huge thing.
For
if you
sure.
have self-discipline.
It's hard to have that.
And that's what makes it rewarding, is that it's hard.
With that. People struggle with that.
Yeah, a lot of people struggle with that.
The toughest people struggle with that. But that's what separates you. Discipline. Having discipline is what fucking puts you above, a step above the rest. Because
100%.
More than half of them don't have that shit.
Agreed, 100%.
Like, I tell myself that in the morning, my whole life fucking struggled with getting up. Like, I'll get up. I'm not late. Like, I'm not late for work. I'll get up, but I struggle sometimes.
Discipline is essentially doing the inconvenient. And everybody wants to do the convenient.
Mm-hmm.
The majority want to do the convenient.
Exactly. That ain't how it works.
That's the best way to put it.
That ain't how it fucking works.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets tough. Get up and get fucking shit done. I'm a big advocate of that now.
Yeah, I remember you used to post inspirational words like that. I love them.
Hell yeah. Some people need that.
You guys
shit.
would be at the gym 5 a.m.
Everybody's
get
different.
your ass up.
Yeah.
I'd see that like,
yeah.
I'm out.
Dude, there was a minute I was going to the gym in the morning before work. Literally going to the gym fucking at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
They're like bursts of motivations.
And working out, getting a fucking dog ass workout in, and then going to work, working for 8 to 10 hours, bro.
That's insane.
It was fucking me up. Couldn't do it. I was like, it was, I mean, I still can go to the gym and work, and I could do it, but it was making me tired. Throughout the day, throughout the work day, I was already, feeling it and shit from the workout. I'm like, it's just better for me to go to the gym when I get off work.
Yeah.
Because I can still go get it in,
That's essentially how I've been, too.
But
you get episodes of just being very motivated.
Yeah.
Episodes, and then just episodes.
But motivation's tricky, because you got to be careful with that. Because you don't want to get caught up in needing that to get going.
That's a good point.
Because that's the difference about motivation and discipline.
That's a good point. I like
discipline, you fucking do it because you have to do it.
You do it regardless.
And that's what it is. That's what I love about writing shit down. Regardless. Like making a sketch.
I like that.
when you write shit down and jot shit down and you know this is what it is and you have to do it, makes it so much easier because motivation comes and goes.
Yeah,
you can
so
fucking one day want to go do something and then the next day comes and you don't give a fuck about it.
I'm gonna print the poster in my room.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put this into a quote. I'm gonna print it in my room. Motivation comes and goes. Stay disciplined.
I'm telling you, it might be a quote one day. Fuck it, that'd be sweet. You heard that?
The OG Kist.
Rewind that one back. You guys can have that one. Put it up top for you whenever you wake up in the morning. But I love fucking doing that shit. Someone's got to do it because some people need it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I said about motivation. It's tricky. You can't rely on it, but it's all the better if you can motivate someone to get up off their ass and make something of their day and their life and etc. So I'm all for it. Positivity. There's not enough of that shit in the world.
That's one of the best things that I've heard.
Especially nowadays. Yeah. The older I get, the more I'm fucking aware of just spreading positivity.
Philosophy.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I could have probably been a philosopher.
I could see you as one.
You know, I could probably talk enough shit. But
what's the one question, the biggest question on your mind?
I can't even tell you.
Philosophical question. I
got so much shit on my mind all the time.
What's the one that keeps you awake at night?
Nothing. I sleep good.
That's what I like to hear.
You know, that's just how it is. I don't honestly sleep the best because my sleep schedule is always fucked. But when I do go to sleep, I sleep like a fucking bear.
That makes the two of us.
I'm out.
One day I'll sleep at like 11, the other 4 a.m. Some days I don't sleep at all, actually.
I can't tell you
24
how many
hours
times
straight
I run
up.
off of no sleep, man. It's insane. It's so bad for you, though.
It's bad.
Having a consistent sleep schedule, I try. I'll fucking be like, all right, I'm going to get in bed. I don't understand how people can just get in their bed at fucking a certain time, just lay down, and they just go to sleep.
I popped like 4 melatonins once trying to force myself to start sleeping before midnight.
Really?
2 days later, I had to restart.
That melatonin, a lot of people have told me about that. Like, I'll be telling my grandma that I can't sleep. She's like, the weed isn't... I'm like, the weed ain't fucking... The weed don't do it. I can get high as fuck. Don't make me go to sleep. And the melatonin, I haven't tried it. But I don't really want to rely on something to make me fucking have to go to sleep.
That's fair.
I feel like if you have the right sleep schedule and you wake up and you do something throughout the day to where obviously you might not be tired if you're not doing anything that's going to be exerting energy throughout the day. You go fucking work throughout the day, and then after that you get some physical activity in, and you're going to be somewhat tired. You go home, you shower, you fucking eat and relax, and
exactly, yeah.
You're ready for bed.
Melatonin would be if you have insomnia.
Melatonin's not bad. And I always worry too, because like I said, when I sleep hard. So I don't want to fucking take some melatonin and fucking wake up and I'm fucking an hour late for work. My boss is fucking calling me.
You would not like how it makes you feel in the morning.
Yeah, and I don't want that either. The
very
groggy,
drowsy and groggy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, no, stay away.
For real. You take it? Do you take it on a regular basis?
No. I just started like a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My sleep schedule was beyond hopeless.
Yeah.
So I had to just get sleeping early.
I'm telling you. Like I said, some people, they're lucky if you can just lay down and go to sleep, man, because that shit's hard. It's hard for me. But sleep's important. But everybody's different. Some people are like, oh, I gotta sleep at fucking... I gotta get 8 hours of sleep. Like, I gotta be to bed. It's like, me, I'm cool with like 5.
5? You can function in 5?
5, 6 hours. 7, sometimes it's too much.
Consistently?
Yeah.
Wow.
5 or 6. Maybe more like 6. But I'm good on 5. I would prefer 6, though. But I don't need the 7. I don't need it.
So what time do you wake up? What time do you usually go to sleep and wake up?
What time I go to sleep is all over the place. On average,
that's interesting.
If I can get to sleep at 10 o'clock, That's good for me.
Okay.
That's early for me. Because a lot of the times I'm not asleep till midnight.
Yeah.
I try to wake up at 4:30. 4:30. 5 o'clock.
Wow.
So it's nice if I'm
in
at
6 hours. You feel like you got plenty of
sleep. If I'm in
sleep.
bed by 10 o'clock, I can get up at 4.
How old are you right now?
4:30. Right now?
Yeah.
25.
25.
Yep.
Same here.
Yep.
Usually you sleep
but I've
less.
lived my whole life with fucking not getting any sleep. When I was younger, though, it wasn't shit. I didn't feel it as much. Fucking being out all night and then not getting any sleep and fucking waking up and going and working, but I can't. Makes you tired as fuck throughout the day, and then you get done and you're tired as fuck. You don't have energy to do anything. You want to sleep and take a nap. And
even if you sleep too much, you'll still be tired.
I can't take naps because when I take a nap, I cannot fucking go back to sleep at night whatsoever. I'm fucked.
My boy, you might have insomnia.
I'm up for the night. For real. Whatever.
Because I'm impressed with 5 or 6 hours of sleep. That's impressive.
Yeah, what do you go
for
with?
25.
What do you go with?
Bro, if it's not 8, I'm not functioning that way.
No,
it's either all or nothing.
Need it? Really?
No, I need it to feel like, I need.
That's crazy.
I'm ready
so
to tackle this day.
Going to bed?
Most of my nights in school when I have exams.
Yeah.
Like for example, the week leading up to the exam, I would be getting like 4 hours a night.
Okay.
Right before the exam, 24 hours before the exam, I don't sleep. I don't remember the last exam where I actually got sleep before an exam. Yeah. This is since college. Like, this is as of the past 5 years. But if I don't have obligations, like if I don't have something that I have to catch up on, I'm getting 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah. What time do you usually wake up every day?
Depends.
You got like a
Depends
routine?
if I have to be up early or not. No, not really. So when I started med school, it was different from college in that the lectures were not mandatory. They were recorded. So you could just sleep through them and just watch them later whenever you wake up.
Yeah.
So I was living like a king. I would go to sleep like at 1 in the morning, not wake up till 1 p.m.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Because nothing was mandatory.
Yeah.
All I had was just live in my apartment in East Lansing with my roommates, and we just go through the lectures until the exam.
That's the life. You're just chilling.
And just drink to death after each exam.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. But then, like you said, after exam though, you gotta fucking be putting in that work. Go and take that test. Hammered. You're still fucking hammered going to take the test. Just were up all night the day before fucking partying your ass off.
It's an experience.
Yeah. So, I mean, fuck.
Long one.
Hour and 17 minutes. How long are you staying till? What do you got going on?
Me?
Yeah.
Other than studying, nothing much, to be honest.
Studying?
Yeah. Never ends.
You got exams coming up? I thought you said you just finished.
Yeah, I just finished my board's exams.
Oh, yeah?
But I'm finished with the first 2 years of medicine.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 more to go.
Bet you're fucking studying. Your books are probably about this thick, eh?
Let me just tell you something. I'm probably the worst student you'll ever hear about.
Why? Why you say that?
Just procrastinating.
Bullshit. Weren't you on the picture, bro, on the website?
Yeah,
for
that
the fucking school, motherfucker?
That was the old days.
You're lying.
You remember?
Talking about I'm the worst student. See what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not smart.
No, I'm
not a good student.
Clarification.
This guy's on the page for the school website. What's up with this guy, dude?
That had nothing to do with school. I was just doing a research, and they wanted to market the university.
They just snuck you? They snuck a pic of you?
So they needed someone.
Get off guard?
They needed someone to like feature, because they're trying to recruit high schoolers. They were doing like a recruiting program.
Yeah.
So they needed some researchers to feature for their story, like tell the story, like, hey, at Oakland you can do research, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So they walk into my lab. This was like on a summer day, and they ask. My mentor comes in and he goes, "Hey, we need to put you on some page for a story for you." I'm like, "Okay, sure." Next thing I know, a whole team of photographers from like another state across the country came with this huge equipment, and they just shot
What?
videos. They shot videos, pictures, everything.
Yeah, like you were a fucking movie star.
I had no idea to what extent that was
You tell
getting.
them, where's my check, motherfuckers?
Bro, I wished.
For real.
I got zero out of it.
They were treating you like a celebrity. Did you get like a trailer and shit? They were putting makeup on you and stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No. I wish, because the haircut I got at that time was hideous.
Yeah, right.
My barber
You're
was
like,
closed.
You want to be on? You're like, I guess.
I had no idea barbers closed on
I
Mondays.
Get a comb at least. Yeah, right. Let me brush this shit out real quick. For real.
That reminds me of another story. Anyway, so they're taking pictures and videos, and I have no idea to what extent this was gonna get shared. No idea. Okay. Next thing I know, I get a text message from my friend. They're like, "Did I just fucking see you on the billboard on 75?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
You were on the fucking billboard too?
Apparently, yeah.
That's sick.
Next thing I know, my dad's watching
You're
Fox.
a billboard guy.
And just comes on the commercial. I'm like, I had no idea this was going to be on there. I'm on Spotify in the library, and I see this video they shot of me. It's coming up. It was a plague. Like, it was
hard.
for a while. I didn't get a penny out of it. To this day, they're still using those pictures on, like, some pages on the website.
They're pimping, dude. They're pimping. They got to get their bread. You know how that
They
shit
exploited
fucking
me.
goes. They did.
Yeah.
They hit you for that shit.
For free.
They hit you with that.
The other story that you reminded me of, this was also during that research program. So that research I was in, it was an eye research institute. Like, we were working on, like, cataracts.
Yeah.
And that morning, I was doing some running before I went to the lab. It was a Saturday. So, like, you could access the lab on the weekend to, like, get some stuff done.
Yeah.
So I went to the lab, and I hear my mentor screaming across the hallway, "Peter, you're going to be on TV." I'm like, "What?" This is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I walk up to him in my what's it called? In my Adidas pants, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And like, I'm sweaty. I just finished running. I'm just here to collect this bacteria and just put them away.
Yeah.
And he goes, "We're doing a story on color blindness, and we want to put it on TV because I'm green-red colorblind, so I can't differentiate between green and red." So they put me on this TV completely unexpected. I did not prepare. I look like absolute shit, and it's literally Fox TV doing a story.
That's fucking hilarious.
And you can find it if you Google me.
Yeah, for real?
Please do not.
It's on there? You heard him.
I don't know.
Google this motherfucker.
I have no idea why I told you that.
Yeah.
Not my proudest video. Anyways, they hold these charts in front of me. This was around the World Cup.
That's fucking funny.
Egypt was wearing red at the time, and they were versing another country that was wearing green. Okay.
Yeah.
And they were asking me, they're like, a lot of people were complaining that the teams looked similar. So they did a story on green-red colorblindness, and they gave me these charts in front of the camera. And they're like, "So can you see where the circles are?" I cannot see any of these shapes. But I'm standing in front of a camera for the first time. Like, this is Fox TV. I have no fucking idea what I'm saying. Yeah. If you watch that video, I sound like a dumbass.
You just fucking bullshitted?
Literally dumbass.
Just put whatever in there? That's awesome. Yeah, I think so. I see four circles. You're all looking.
You are not far from how I was.
The circles are here, sir. You're like, oh yeah, right there. That's the best. Yeah.
I had a fun time at Oakland.
For sure. Medicine, man. That's crazy. That's sweet, though. I mean, you're fucking working in the labs and shit, you know?
That was during my undergrad, yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking awesome. It's pretty sweet.
It's a lot of work, though. It's a lot of work, but it's not hard. You just have to have the discipline to do it.
Yeah. So, like I said, I feel like you gotta have at least somewhat of a passion, too. You gotta want to be doing that.
Yeah.
That's gonna take some dedication.
Huge dedication, because not only is it time, but it's fucking expensive.
Hell yeah.
Like, the average medical student graduates with almost...
Did you get some good scholarships?
It's very rare to get scholarships going to med school.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's because it's extremely expensive, and the scholarships are for a very small minority.
Yeah.
They can't afford to give everybody. So, for example, the average medical student in America graduates with $250,000 in debt just for their medical degree.
What?
Like, when I graduated undergrad, I had zero loans.
Yeah.
Like, I had it all funded through scholarships.
Nice.
And then I went to med school, and now when I graduate in 2 years, I'm going to be in that same pool as everybody else that almost has $250,000 in just educational loans. Some doctors still pay that up until their late 50s.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Some
That's
doctors like to
crazy.
aggressively pay it off. Some people like me gamble on the stock market, try to pay it off before I even graduate.
Exactly. That'd be nice. That's crazy, though. I mean, but it's worth it, you know, to be making a good amount of money.
It's worth it at the end, yeah.
I guess.
But you won't see
And
that
if you
day
like
for a
what
while.
you're doing, if you're enjoying what you're doing at the same time, making a good living, that's what life's about, you know.
It's a long road, though. You don't see that day until like your late 20s.
What about your younger brother? Is he thinking about pursuing that?
Yeah. He actually just got accepted to med school too. We sound like nerds now.
Really? He's getting into med school too?
Yeah.
Nice. Look at you. You set a foundation. Now, look, yeah.
I'd like to think so.
He wants to take that path. What do you think? You think you're gonna ever one day try to maybe, when you have kids, try to have them go that way too?
It's up to them.
Yeah.
I can't decide that for them.
For sure.
Yeah. Like medicine was purely my decision.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew to some extent it's something that
Did your parents influence you at all? Did they play a part in it?
Not at all, no. But I knew like inherently that's something they would love to see.
Yeah.
But they did not influence me. Like I could have majored in engineering and I could have been done like 2 years ago.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's completely, totally two different things.
Completely, totally. And if you, especially medicine, if you do it from a reason other than the fact that you're passionate for it, you're going to suffer.
Yeah.
You're going to suffer because the amount of discipline and work that you have to do. And at one point,
shooting yourself in the foot.
At many points, you stop and you realize, like, I could have been making a salary by now for a long time if I did something else.
Yeah. And
then you just have to remind yourself of why you even started this, like why you're doing medicine, what the reason is that you're doing this. Because with everybody that starts it at first, they don't really have the long vision in their head. You don't understand what it takes to get there until you actually start, and then you actually...
Well, the startup is the easiest part.
Yeah, and then
signing up
Friday nights come and everybody's just having a good time, but you have to be in your room studying, and that's Friday after another Friday, and so on. It doesn't end.
Hard. So yeah, for sure.
You have to be in it because you actually really want to do it.
Fucking discipline. Like you said. Shit.
It goes back to what you said earlier. 100%.
Do you, so do you know how the pyramids were built?
Hey,
do they say how they were built?
If I could answer that question for you, I'd probably...
When you go, like, to see them, like, do you go, like, on a tour and do they try to tell you how they were built?
No one knows. No. If I knew a secret like this, I would be living in the Bay Area right now. I'd sell that.
I'm just so fascinated with ancient Egyptian shit.
It's
so cool.
That's actually a question I
want to go see
think
some
about
shit
often.
that's, like I said, that shit's crazy, man.
What blows my mind more, Marcus, is that with our knowledge right now and technology, we can't even figure out.
Still don't even know.
No, not only do we not know how to do it or replicate it, we don't even understand how they
did it. That's what I'm saying. It's so fucking crazy. For real. And we know a lot. I have to book that trip to Egypt.
You should do it.
For real. It's better now that they loosened up the traveling. I mean,
yeah, they did.
Traveling's not bad.
It's not bad. You don't have to present any, like, COVID.
When I fucking went to Jamaica, it was like, you had to test to fucking get on the plane and test there and test to leave. It's like, fucking mask all the time.
I tried to cross the border of Canada a few months back.
Yeah.
And I didn't have my COVID card with me. And they pulled me at the border for like straight up 4 hours.
What?
Yeah, and I had to call my brother and have him
Canada,
send me a picture
they don't
of my
fucking
card.
play.
Yeah.
I told you, my grandpa, he's from Toronto, and he's been though a citizen over here for a long time, but he's got sons that still live.
So you're originally Canadian then?
Well, he's my step grandpa.
Okay, your step grandpa.
But he's been in my family for a long time.
Okay.
My grandma remarried, and his sons still live in Canada, and he couldn't fucking see them for so long, bro. Like, this whole time, they just recently loosened it up, and so him and my grandma are gonna go back there, because she didn't go, but he went there. It took a while at first, but he finally was able to go there, and it was like, he went to Canada because he's not vaccinated. But he went there and he had a quarantine for fucking literally like 2 weeks, like in a hotel. They like fucking check on you and call you and shit. Yeah, make sure you're in the hotel room, and it's like weird shit. It's like
it might get bad again in the winter.
Fuck?
Because
some weird ass fucking lockdown type shit. You know
every what's it called? Every cold virus epidemic usually gets worse in the winter.
People better take your fucking vitamins. That vitamin D, that vitamin C. Get you some fucking...
There's already a mutant on the rise.
Get outside. Get you some sun when you can. Do a little bit of fucking running. Get some cardio in. It's not so hard, though, to stay a little bit in front of, getting sick. I mean, sometimes you just can't avoid it, bro. You get a little cold, whatever. But I rarely ever get sick.
Count that a blessing.
I know.
Yeah.
But I have worked on building up a strong immune system.
So you're vaccinated. I take that you're vaccinated.
No.
You're not?
No. I've had COVID, though.
How come?
Twice.
I'm curious.
Maybe 3 times. How come I'm not vaxxed?
Yeah.
Don't think I need it. I don't really want to get it. And I feel like I said, I already had COVID. First time I had COVID, I didn't even really, just felt tired. Had, a headache.
Second time?
Got better. Second time I had it, didn't even feel too bad, really. Just kind of felt a little bit fatigued.
My entire family got COVID, early on.
Yeah.
And the pandemic literally ended, and I didn't get it. And then I got vaccinated, and I got it.
Isn't that fucking... Well, that's what I said, too. Why would I get vaxxed if I can still get it? That was the whole thing at first. They were like, oh, yeah, get vaccinated. And they're like, well, the vaccination protects you just from getting hospitalized, but you can still get it, and you can still spread it. And it's like, well, at that point,
It does, but if you already naturally got it, you have some natural
immunity.
immunity.
I think other people, if you want to get... my family is vaccinated. My whole family. But... And I mean, a lot of people in my family aren't vaccinated, too. So... I feel like whatever you want to do at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
It becomes an issue when there's a rampant spread.
Yeah.
If it's high in the community, that's when you should consider vaccination more seriously.
Yeah, for sure.
But now, your risk of catching it, I'm vaxxed. Yeah.
Yeah.
By choice and against my choice.
Yeah. Well, that's what, I said, the whole by force shit is a no for me. You're not gonna fucking tell me that I gotta get some shit.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. It was crazy at first. For a sec, you couldn't even fucking get in the concert venues because if you didn't have a vaccination card. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
I agree with you that,
that.
It should not be against your decision, but I also do believe that it's good for you and for the community.
Like I said, there is definitely, like I said, there's pros. There's people that cannot get vaxxed for medical reasons. There's people, whether it be allergic to
those people always have an exception.
Things in the vaccine, or there's people that want to be exempt from religion, or whatever it may be, and then there's people that are fucking conspiracy theorists that think that the vaccine was fucking the government, trying to track us, you know what I mean? So, and if those guys think that, that's cool too, because this is fucking America, and you're allowed to think what you want. But
do you personally think you don't need it, or do you personally have something against it?
I think I don't. I take a lot of vitamins.
So it's not more so that you have something against it. It's just that you don't need it.
Don't need it.
Okay.
I don't, like I said, it's not, I mean, I grew up as a kid. I got flu shots. My mom took us to get shots, and she was never really against it. My grandma is extremely against vaccines, heavy. She's at the protest, protesting the vaccines. Oh, yeah.
She got more energy than I do.
Very anti-vax.
She got more energy than I do.
And I'm not like that. Like I said, I'm very just bipartisan. I don't care. And I always look at things in a holistic way. almost, you know?
Okay.
Like, I look at, well, instead of getting the back, what can I do? I can take my vitamins. I can make sure that I exercise. I can make sure that I take care of myself. I make sure that I'm putting good food into my body, you know?
Those are completely unquestionable for sure.
So, and if you're doing all the right things and taking care of your body and putting the right shit in there, you
But
ain't going to be getting sick like that.
you ain't gonna get
And
sick.
even if you get COVID, you ain't going to be fucking...
Your chances are definitely better than someone who has a heart condition for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, or like
You know? Or
diabetes,
if you're overweight,
yeah.
if you have diabetes, whatever it may be, you know?
yeah. But
So,
the general consensus is that like in the off chance that you do get the virus, the immunity that it gives you, it helps make the severeness less. That's essentially what they mean when they say less hospitalized.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And that's why, like I said, if there's people that do feel like they're at high risk to be hospitalized from it, I definitely feel like, you know, at that point, I'm not, like I said, I'm not against it. Like, if people want to get the back, I'm definitely like, I feel like if you feel like you need that to be safe, for sure. Like, that's totally cool.
No, that is the right thinking. That is actually how it's set up.
I'm not a back hater.
Like if you remember when the vaccine first became available, it became available to specific groups first.
Yeah.
Not everybody was able to get them because the supply was limited,
Mm-hmm.
and the people that had higher risks of mortality, they were a priority.
Yeah.
They needed it more.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is correct thinking.
Yeah, the vax at first when they shit came out was crazy. It was crazy.
To be honest, if anything, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Like if you think
Also, with what?
If you think about it, like this is a new bug that we have never seen before. Not only did we learn how it works, but also learn how to literally engineer a vaccine in a novel way. Like the way that that vaccine was made is in a special way. It's different from the normal vaccines that you know about.
Mm-hmm.
Normal vaccines, they have like specific like random pieces of protein, for example, that belong to that bug. But they use some kind of like clever engineering with this vaccine. So the fact that they were able to study this virus, make that vaccine, and manufacture it like this and make it available to everybody within a short time, that impresses me. Like
remarkable.
The shit that we can do as
but
humans.
does that at all make you think that maybe there's ways that could have went wrong?
Absolutely.
Because of how it was rushed?
Absolutely. Let me give you an example. There was, I forgot what the vaccine was, but there was a vaccine back in like a century ago that was widely used by women, and later on when these women later on gave birth to kids, these kids were born without limbs. So they had to revisit these vaccines, and these were side effects that didn't appear until later on, until after these people had kids. And you have some of these people living right now with that aftermath of that vaccine. So that led to like a whole lot of changes in policy and how you can develop vaccines and so on. And to this day, when they release vaccines, they have to keep doing research on it long term to see if there are any like side effects getting reported from that vaccine. It could definitely go wrong.
That's one of the things about my grandma, about her anti-vaccination status. She's always sending me shit, links.
She's not vaccinated at all?
People that are fucked up from the vaccination.
Does she have her childhood vaccination? I feel like this is a medical interview.
She might have been vaccinated. But she says, so I'm pretty sure too she did vax my mother growing up when she was taking care of her. But she says if she would have knew what she knows now back in the day when there wasn't internet and whatnot, she wouldn't have had gotten her vaccinated and shit. So, and I mean, there is proof that there's people that get fucked up from the vaccination, but I mean, out of how many people, you know?
It's a small minority.
It's only shit that you see. Like, you don't really know anybody that gets fucked up from the back.
It's a small percentage. Like, there are people that still get allergic reactions. That's why they have to make you wait for like 10 minutes after you get a shot at the pharmacy. Yeah. Because you want to see if you're gonna have like a seizure or something.
That's good. For sure. Yeah, like I said, there's people, if you get it, you get it. If not, you're not. And I think we're finally at that point, thankfully, that we're past, Because it was to the point to where it was like, oh, it's if you're vaxxed, you're on this side. If you're not, you're on this side. And
polarizing people.
like, yeah, you can't come into this place if you're not vaccinated. Like, what the fuck was going on?
We will always have some kind of conflict.
That shit was crazy for a minute, bro.
It's like humans don't know how to exist without a conflict.
No.
It's like the thing that keeps us, like, ironically together.
Isn't it?
There has to be a conflict or a problem.
There's got to be beef, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There has to be beef. I don't fucking
understand it. I don't understand it.
I can't imagine a world where everybody just loves everybody and is peaceful.
Well,
it can't exist.
It can't. As bad as everybody, it's like, yeah. Let's all just be nice and let's all take care of ourselves and take care of each other and do the right thing.
Does not exist.
Nuh-uh. There's always gonna be the shit. For
as long back as you look, there's always been chaos.
Yeah, it's always gonna happen. Whatever though, what are you gonna do other than just be a good person? Worry about what you got going on and taking care of your people. Fuck it, The world's a crazy place. Ain't shit you can do about it. It's
crazy, and this time is the craziest.
Oh.
This time it could just go off any second.
Yeah, I know.
Because there are so many conflicts out there. And so many people are trying to...
so high.
So many people are trying to change order. Like, the U.S. wants to stay as the top dog.
I know.
And so many people are trying to change that.
Yeah.
They don't like
Especially the other two top dogs.
Yeah, Russia specifically, they keep...
And China.
Yeah. China all over Taiwan, Iran with their nuclear
they all want
weapons,
they
North
want
Korea
some of that. So, hopefully, though, everything will get resolved. That's all we can hope for.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't shit we're going to do against no nukes anyways.
I mean,
we can have all the rifles and shit that we want, but...
At the very least, we'll never get invaded.
That's what I said. Hey, Red Dawn. I said that one time before, if they come through and they start dropping out of the sky, bro, out of the planes.
That will never happen.
We have something for that, for sure.
The U.S. population is literally an army on reserve.
Yeah.
Enter a random house, chances are gun owner.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I mean, and at least we have the guns still right now, but they're trying to take that away. It's another thing.
That'll never happen.
Hopefully, I don't think it'll ever happen.
I cannot see that.
We'll never give up the guns.
That'll never happen.
Never give up the fucking guns, America.
Agreed. I'm an owner.
We wanted to. Yeah, that was one of the things we wanted to talk. We were going to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got what do you got? You got a handgun?
No,
Rifle?
I got a shotgun.
Nice.
I have an AR.
Hell yeah! You got an AR?
Yeah. AR is not mine though. It's my brother's.
That's still sick. For sure.
Yeah.
Nice. How long has he had that?
A few months.
I want to get an AR. Yeah, I mean, it just sucks because people see a mass shooting and then it's like, oh yeah, like we should not have those guns out on the street. But it's like, how many people fucking use those when someone breaks in their house and they defend their family, But they don't see that shit.
It's not an easy topic.
No.
Not an easy topic at all.
But I'm totally, I'm totally pro gun. Like,
same here.
If you want a gun, that's our right. It's our freedom to bear arms. So
I think the risk-reward ratio is. That's what you have to look at. Mm-hmm. That's what you have to look at to justify this.
I tell my mom my mom, her husband wants to get a gun like over there at my mom's house. She doesn't want no guns in her house, and I'm like, fuck it. Like, you gotta have a gun, ma. You gotta have something at least in the house, because you gotta protect your home.
It's more about the principle.
Someone comes into your home, like, it don't matter if you're a badass or not. Someone's got a gun.
Someone's gonna lose. Someone's gonna die.
You might be fucked. So having firepower, I think, in the home is pretty important. You got to be safe about it, obviously, especially if you're dealing with kids.
Absolutely.
But
mine are always locked up.
it's just
Even though we don't have
touchy-ass
kids in the
subject,
house.
'cause you got irresponsible fucking assholes that just ruin it for everybody.
There's always that.
I have a
There's
lot of
always
friends
that person that will
are
ruin
very,
everything.
very heavy, like gun advocates. Like I got friends that are just gung ho, crazy. Some of them got fucking 6, 7, 8 guns. You know what I mean?
Same here. Yeah, one of my
But,
friends is a big enthusiast. He works with the
I like guns too. You know
Army
what I mean?
too.
But there's a responsibility factor that comes with them.
There's definitely a responsibility.
Huge responsibility factor. And people got to make sure that they fucking tend to that. It's another thing.
Especially to what extent it sounds off.
It's
Like what you do with that
anybody
gun.
can get their CPO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like some people fucking go in there. They don't even know how to shoot a gun. They're shooting at the target. They're fucking.
That's common.
They got their eyes closed. You know what I mean? It's like, come on now, dude. The fuck is going on? You know.
First time I went to a shooting range. This was before I got my firearm guns. I have a pellet rifle for like small game hunting.
Yeah.
And I just mounted a new scope on it. I just wanted to zero that in. So I went to the firing range with my pellet rifle. And I'm just, I'm shooting my rifle and it just goes like, pss, pss. It's extremely quiet. The next person next to me starts firing his AR rifle. This is the first time I'm in a shooting range. Whoa. And the sound is like, it's extremely loud. I wasn't even wearing earplugs at the time.
You don't know until you're fucking next to it.
I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Nuclear bomb or what?
We were shooting guns up at my a friend of mine's cabin and up in the woods, and one of my friends brought an AR, and my other friend brought a Draco, and the Draco, I mean that's got some kick on it, and that thing fucking fires loud, but the ARs are loud. Especially like a sniper rifle. Those things, bro, that shit'll blow your fucking eardrum
Bolt
out.
action, that's my next one.
Yeah, those things are fucking sick. Like I said, guns are sweet, man. Guns are sweet. I've never shot a fully auto though. I would like to shoot a fully auto.
I started into
fully auto shotgun, like an AA-12, you know.
I can't imagine the high you'd get out of that.
That'd be some. That's what I'm saying. Just motherfuckers are heavy. You imagine just fucking the thing, just if it's got 16.
Yeah.
Let alone like a
but
fucking
I started
32.
on that because of hunting, to be honest.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, hunting is awesome.
Yeah.
You hunt?
I try.
Yeah.
I try. I haven't been successful in like big game yet.
Yeah.
I haven't had the chance to actually.
I want to get into it. Game. I think next year I'm gonna get into it.
Why not this year? Fall's starting. That's your hunting season.
Got too much shit going on right now. I would love to, but I got a lot of friends too that are hunters, so I'm gonna be on their ass. They're gonna be getting me into it.
There you go.
Might be getting into some ice fishing though this year.
Oh, I've never done that.
You never? Me either. Me either.
How safe?
I like
how
regular
safe is
fishing
that?
though. Because that's a part that gets me. I don't know anybody that's ever told me they've ever fell through the ice.
I come from like 100-degree weather,
I mean,
so I like
ice fishing.
I have cold intolerance already.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. I mean, you set up like a shanty, like a tent. You got a little space heater in there, so you're all bundled up and shit. As long as you got your shanty, your little tent to set up, so that you're blocking out the wind. Because I mean, you are on ice, but like I said, you got a little space heater. You're chilling in there or whatever, having a couple drinks and shit. So I've still never been, but I like to fish.
Me too.
I've done a lot of regular fishing, but
Metro Parkway.
Yeah,
that's where I always go to fish.
I mean, why not? You can go to Metro. I've caught fish at Metro. I've never been like big fishing though. I would like to go, or like deep sea fishing. Like that would be really.
That would be really fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
My grandpa's gone. Like deep sea fishing in a couple different spots in Florida, and like in Cancun and shit like that. So, but to catch some exotic shit, that would be sweet. But even just regular fishing, like you said, you don't even got to go.
It tastes so much better
too
when you cook it.
Go to one of these places up north. Go to Michigan. Go to a campground. Go to a lake.
Yeah,
Forever.
especially
Go to fucking little
Michigan
river.
is blessed with all these natural waters.
People don't understand
Yeah.
how fucking lucky we are. I was talking that with one of my friends not too long ago about that. Just we're surrounded by fucking fresh water, man. It's crazy.
A lot of natural resources, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's awesome.
Up north is beautiful too.
Hell yeah. You can sightsee. Drive up to the fucking UP. See a bunch of shit, man.
The best part is the light
You can drive
pollution.
north, east, southwest. It don't matter.
The light pollution at
Mhm.
night, like that view of the dark sky is just worth everything.
For sure. For sure.
We got stranded in Egypt once. This is so funny. Our driver actually, he he was having a couple beers while we were driving literally in the middle of the desert. Okay, on the highway. We were the only car. So my man had to take a break. Okay, we get out of the car, pitch black. We're in the middle of the desert, literally in the middle of Egypt, going from Cairo to another you can say state.
Okay.
By the water. In middle of nowhere, mountains left and right, just you could only hear wind, and you look up this I cannot describe how bright these stars were. I've never seen them like that in my life. Like that makes you realize to what extent you're used to light pollution here. That you I did not imagine you could see the light sky like that.
That's crazy. Yeah, I never really thought about that. That's crazy. That's pretty sweet, though. When's the next time we're going back to Egypt?
Hopefully next year.
Nice.
May.
Around
the same time.
And I might
Their
have
food,
to go.
though. If you're a foodie, their food is fucking amazing.
What's up with that?
Dude, beautiful food.
A lot of spice?
Every kind of food. Not necessarily the spice, no, but they're good at making food.
Yeah.
Food and dessert, this one I have to give them.
Is their food nutritional? Nutrient balance? A lot of their food, or is it?
I couldn't answer that for you.
Yeah.
It's good food. That's all I have to tell you.
You can't answer, or you don't want to?
No, I just can't because it's primarily carbs based.
Okay.
That's a problem.
That's bad for me.
Yeah, the population is used to carbs based foods.
But they probably don't eat a lot.
But vegetables is a huge part of the meals.
That's very,
the normal meal, vegetables is added in different ways.
Okay, right on. That's good.
But overall, the food is less processed than here.
I bet.
Yeah, because
it's like done in a lot of places.
One of their major
very fucking processed here.
One of their major economical contributors is agriculture.
Okay.
So a lot of their food is fresh. Is already produced there. It's already fresh.
It's the way to go. Like I said, it don't get no fucking better than that, man. For real.
You used to eat the chicken that was alive same day.
What?
Fresh food.
Just butchering it?
No, not me.
It, and then you on whipping it up? You weren't fucking chopping it up with the cleaver?
No, man.
I could see you, man. Fucking whacking that thing. Serving it up. That's how they used to do it back in the day.
Yeah.
For real.
I would do that.
Where we came from, man. Hunting. Going and grabbing that motherfucker. Skinning it up. Chopping it up. Taking it back to the tribe.
I was close to literally feeding on a squirrel one day when I went hunting with my brother and we got lost in the woods. It was...
How long were you guys lost for? Lost in the woods? That's fucked.
So, we went to Bald Mountain. Mm-hmm. It's in Rochester Hills, okay? And this was around late fall, so this was kind of chilly.
Okay.
And we're just walking, hiking the park, and I had my air rifle with me, so I'm ready for any small game hunting.
Yeah.
And we leave the trail and we enter the woods, and the bushes were extremely thick that you can't see past 5 meters ahead of you. Your visibility is very diminished. So it's getting dark, it's getting cold, mosquitoes all over the place, and you can't walk. You can't walk without physically moving branches out of your way with every single step.
Yeah.
So it's starting to seem a little dangerous. Our phones are about to die. I'm should we call for the police? I don't know what's going on. Hold on, there's a squirrel right there. That might be our dinner.
For real? What ended up happening?
We shot the squirrel. We're still walking, and he has the squirrel walking behind me, and then just by random chance, we stumble up on the trail again.
What?
Like, if we didn't find that trail within 10 minutes,
Yeah,
like,
you guys would have been fucking out there.
We would have been waiting
night,
for a chopper.
Sleeping out there. I seen this crazy ass video the other day of this fucking bear that was attacking this guy in the mountains.
I think I've seen exactly.
In the rocks.
I know exactly what you're
Instagram.
talking
You
about.
might have seen it. He was fighting it off.
Yeah,
That's
like,
fucking crazy.
He was screaming, yeah.
I could only imagine. That's one of the crazy things about nature. Like, it's nice, but it's also fucking scary and brutal in some situations.
You have what it needs, though, to deal with these situations. Like that
little
guy.
Baby bear videos look cute online, but if you run into a fucking bear,
that guy, even though he was probably like scared to death, he probably had an amount of adrenaline that you've never experienced in your life.
Dude, he swung on a bear.
Yeah.
You know how much adrenaline you gotta have to swing on a bear? You're probably shitting. He was probably literally shitting his pants while he was doing that.
I'm telling you, he's probably still shivering
to
this day.
That thing is fucking so big. That's what I said after I watched that video. I was showing my friend. I said, dude, I would have literally just, after that, I wouldn't have been able to move out of that spot. Like, I would have just literally just stayed there. And like,
being a step away from death, that's something that you...
A man-eater.
Extremely rare.
Man-eater.
You experience things that you've never thought were even a thing. I got in a car accident once when I was 17, and I thought, this is it. So this is my first time. This was like around the time before I turned 17, like late 16. I had just gotten my license.
Yeah.
And I'm on the highway, and this is my first time on the highway. And the traffic slowed in front of me, and I slow, and I look behind me, and the car behind me is slowing, and it slowed just fine. A second and a half later, a car going full highway speed, like 75 miles per hour, runs into the car behind me. The car behind me runs into me, and I get like completely thrown off into the highway. Like my whole car gets thrown off to the other side of the highway. What? I'm like, I'm about to get another car hitting me right now. Like that. This is it. Let me say my prayers.
Bad.
When it didn't happen, I ended up walking out of it. I heard that smash, like that car hitting the car behind me, for like 4 days straight for the next 4 days.
Dude, I fucking one time was driving on 94 and I was heading back south, getting off right at 94 and 16 Mile, and I was getting off right there and coming around that bend, and this was late at night. Got off work. I was younger. It was raining out. Fucking go, coming off, I'm flying. Go to hit my brakes, and I hydroplaned, and my shit was spun, and I just spun, bro. My car just immediately just started turning.
That's
spun, bro, shit. On the off ramp, dude, coming off 94 Metro Parkway. Just boom, boom, smashed my shit like twice, and then when I stopped, I was backwards on the fucking off ramp. And I'm just like sitting there like thinking like, bro, someone's about to come off this bitch. Because literally I had to like pull up, bag up, pull up. And I'm like thinking the whole time like, damn, someone's about to come off the off ramp. Thank God it was so late at night that it was like not a lot of people were out driving. But
God was looking out for you.
I thought the whole time when it happened, when I was spinning, like it happened fast, but it didn't. Like the whole time it happened, I was fucking holding on to the wheel. I'm just like, oh shit, I'm about to die. Oh shit. It was. Bro, I literally
don't these moments just change how you think about things sometimes? Like,
I'm telling you, that
I used to be a reckless driver.
Yeah.
And then after that accident, like I would be thinking like it could be a blink of an eye and I could be like disabled for the rest of my life
just
because of this stupid inattention for 20 seconds.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like those moments actually.
That's what I always say, and everybody does it. I mean, get distracted, whether fucking, you know, you look down at the phone for a sec, or you're smoking a cigarette, or you're eating a snack, or my fucking grandma, she's up, put makeup on, dude, in the car. I'm driving next to her the other day. I'm following her after we leave. We're eating, and then I'm leaving. We're pulling out, and we're fucking going down Hall Road, and I look over, and my grandma's in the mirror, putting makeup on, like, while she's driving. I'm like, it's so funny. But it's not, you know.
It's scary.
It's no joke. Yeah, that's how that shit happens.
Catastrophe can happen in a second.
So it's crazy. Fucking 8 o'clock. I'm gonna end up having to get to the gym. We cut 2 hours. That's fucking fire.
Really?
Hell yeah. That's fire.
I feel like 40 minutes,
Talked
20
about
minutes.
a bunch of shit, man.
What did we not talk about so far? Hit me.
I don't know. Do you remember? Everything that I had on my list, I ended up hitting. I ended up hitting everything I think on my list.
Cash. You're Christian, right? No? Agnostic, atheist?
I don't know.
I'm curious now.
I guess, I don't know. You could maybe say that I'm an atheist. I don't really know.
Okay.
I don't really know what I believe in. I don't really know. I believe in God. Do I believe that it was the God that's in the Bible that they say, you know?
I admire that. I admire that you're being honest with yourself, that you don't know.
I believe in a higher power, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, though. So.
I think that's agnostic, yeah. You
know,
believe God exists, but you don't know.
I don't believe enough in Christianity to full swing into it, you know? It's just how it is. Tried it. Went down that road and...
Any specific reasons?
There's a couple, you know, but it's just kind of like I said, the way that I don't believe, you know, like, I did believe in it strongly at one point, and there's just certain things that, you know, go certain ways in your life, and it makes you look at things differently, in a different light. You know what I mean?
Experience.
So
I see.
What about you?
No, I'm hardcore, full Christian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Grew up that way. It's
that.
a minority in Egypt.
I was gonna say that. So you must have a lot of people in your family that are. What's the majority there?
Majority in Egypt are Muslims.
Okay.
It's like they report that it's around 90%. There's debate whether or not it's actually 90%, but it's about 90%.
Are you like the minority in your family, or is a majority of your family like not just your intermediate, but like your broad family?
No. My entire family is Christian.
Okay.
So that minority that I told you about we're actually ancient Egyptian minority.
Okay.
So think about it like the Indian Americans.
Yeah.
And the whites, for example.
Okay.
So like most of the white people here are of European descent. Yeah. Right? So they're not native to America. They're Americans, but they're not native to America.
Exactly.
Indian Americans are native to America. Likewise, so like I'm Coptic. So the Copts in Egypt it's like Assyrians of Syria, right? Or Syrians in the Middle East in general. Mm-hmm. So the Copts in Egypt are the group from the ancient Egyptians. So there was a point where Islam wasn't in Egypt, and then it entered Egypt, and then that point, most people were Coptics, like they were descendants from ancient Egyptians. These people became Christians, and then Islam entered, and then the people stayed segregated. Like Islam continued being Islam, and then the ancient people from Egypt, like the natives, they stayed however they were, which was Christians. And over time now we have 10% of the population is the natives, and 90% are Muslims with like Arab descents and so on.
Okay. So you read the Bible?
I've read the Bible, yeah. In my past.
Strongly believe it?
I do.
I didn't get through the whole thing.
I didn't finish it either. I'd be lying if I said I did.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
Absolutely not. No. There are books I didn't even crack open.
Yeah.
And a lot of Christians.
It's hard to read that motherfucker.
Listen, a lot of Christians are like that.
Yeah.
Like, I would argue majority of Christians never got exposed to the whole Bible.
It's hard to read the Bible. It's not. I mean, the New Testament's a little bit easier. I read a little bit of both. I read the New Testament, some of the New Testament, and I read some of the actual Bible.
You have to have like an idea of how it all connects together.
The way that they talk in that thing, it's like, what the fuck, bro? You try to read that bitch, it's so hard. It's so hard. I still have my Bible though. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm totally like, There's so many different fucking religions and shit out there.
Why do you
It's
believe
like,
in a God, though? You said, I believe that of higher power. Why do you believe in higher power? Do you ever ponder these questions?
Well, that's the thing. I don't even know so much on what the higher power is.
And that's fair to say, yeah.
What is God? You know, is God just love? Like, were we? I don't know who the creator was. You know, like I said, I don't know if I believe the story that was in the Bible about how we were created. I don't know. Maybe it was fucking aliens that made us.
Doesn't it make sense that it's something beyond your comprehension, though?
Yeah, because there's things that go on in the world that are kind of, that make you think that there's more to this life that we...
Things that raise questions, yeah.
We can, things that we haven't expanded on yet, you know, that we're not able to reach at that level. But, like I said, the thing with me, with the whole religion thing is it seems sometimes far-fetched. You
think so?
Yeah. And it's hard.
I am not going to lie.
I feel like for people to even express that if they do feel like that, because they feel like they're going to be judged.
That's fair.
You know?
I have to admit that I myself do have these thoughts sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I would read stories and I'd be like, this seems kind of, fictional.
Yeah.
Or far-fetched.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has to have some of these questions, like, to argue or to claim that you understand it all and you take it all as face value, or you believe it all.
Yeah. To
the literal sense.
Yeah.
That can't be true.
Exactly. Well, some of the shit in the Bible, even if... That's the thing, too. It's none of it is, like... I'm such a person now to where it's, like... If it ain't in front of me, if I don't know about it, like, for real... It's just blind faith with Christianity. That's what's always been hard for me with it. That
was the story with Thomas.
Just completely, like, just being like, all right, like, yeah, like... I believe in the God, like, and you know what I mean? It's like,
you need to see to believe.
I can't see it. I can't feel,
Blessed are those who have not seen but believe.
It's like there's shit that happens, and then you can be like, yeah, that was God.
Yeah.
And then you could always find a reason, though. But that's the thing. You're into science. Like, a lot of people that are big into science, they don't believe in religion.
That's a good point, yeah.
So, and it's like...
For me to actually, if anything, being in the science, that helped me, like, ponder deeper into that. Like, learning these things and learning the physiology in an extremely detailed way and seeing how much more complicated it is than I ever imagined.
Yeah.
This, like, I sit and think this cannot have happened by, like, spontaneous randomness.
So what about, like, the Big Bang Theory and shit?
Well, no, the Big Bang doesn't contradict religion.
Yeah. That's
a theory that's held. I accept that theory, just like a lot of scientific people accept that theory.
Mm-hmm.
But something that the common community doesn't understand is that scientific theories are actually not proven. So science doesn't claim that it can prove anything. You can't. So the evolutionary theory or the Big Bang theory or any theory that you have, DNA theory, whatever, nothing is proven. So the definition of a theory is that we put forth evidence to support it, and we accept it as long as nothing else comes that challenges it.
Okay.
If something else comes and provides better explanations, then we accept it and we move on from what we already believed in.
Right.
That's what the scientific community, like, works. That's how it works. That's how they believe in things.
Okay. Yeah.
So until someone else comes with a better explanation of how it all started, the Big Bang will be the accepted theory, essentially.
I don't know how it all started.
I wish I could tell you I knew either.
Yeah, exactly. The Earth's been around for so long. They're discovering so much more shit each and every day.
Is it 14 billion, I think? 14 billion years.
Know.
Something like that.
You know Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Hmm?
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Sounds familiar.
He's a scientist. I don't know if he's a biologist.
I thought you were talking about Neil the Science Guy.
No, what was that? What was that guy? Bill Nye.
Bill Nye the Science
Yeah,
Guy.
we used to watch those fucking videos. They would play those in school. That guy. Yeah, he was a dork. But
He's still alive. Can you believe it?
he's probably should be still making videos,
Pops
bro.
up on my TikTok every now and then.
Probably can still be making some fucking money, bro. The guy's a legend. For real. That's funny shit.
But speaking of space, since we brought that up, have you seen the new pictures that the telescope they launched,
No.
published? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
What's it called?
What's it called?
How am I forgetting? The James Webb Telescope.
The James Webb Telescope.
So the James Webb Telescope is a telescope that NASA launched recently. Like they launched this year, and they sent it 1 million miles away from the planet. 1 million miles. It took like what is it, 4 or 6 months traveling until it got to that spot, and then finally reached that spot, and then it started taking pictures. And we have some of these pictures right now released.
Wait, what is this?
So essentially what it is
This picture right here says James Webb Space Telescope captures new details of iconic pillars of creation.
It's beautiful, isn't it? That picture. I know what you're looking at.
It says
Pillars of creation.
yeah. What?
So that's a cluster of gases where like stars get formed. So essentially, what's sick about this telescope, Marcus, is that it sees an infrared, right?
Sweet.
Yeah, that's it. So
Yeah,
it sees
that
it
shit's
sees an infrared, so it can capture light and waves that we cannot see with the naked eye, right?
Yeah.
And it looks for heat signatures.
Okay.
So the light that you see so light travels in a specific speed, right? Because light has both like a particle and a wavelength kind of to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it travels like a normal object. It travels with speed. So if you know the speed of something, and we know the speed of light, and if you know the speed of something, you can calculate how far it is, right? Like if you know how fast a car is going, and you calculate what's it called? If you know how fast a car is moving, and you have a specific amount of time, you can calculate the distance. You can calculate how far it is. Or if you have the specific distance, you can calculate how long it took to reach there, if you know the speed, right?
Yeah.
So with light takes time to travel. So the light you're seeing from stars right now, they could be from stars that have died already. And that light is still traveling, and we just see it now. Because when you see something, that means it reached your eye at that moment. It's been traveling for all those years, and it reached your eye at that moment. So they're saying this telescope, they can study how the universe started because it can look back in time. It can work like a time machine.
What?
So essentially, yeah, it's crazy. So essentially, so when the universe started, when the Big Bang happened, it's like an explosion like this, right? When you have an explosion, like dust flies in all directions. It expands.
Yeah.
So as it's expanding, stars form and stars die, and the universe is still expanding, and we're considered like towards the edge, like we're going further away from the center.
Yeah.
So they use this telescope to look at stars that are coming from the center, and the further away we can see, the more back in time we can see. This is mind bending, I know.
Right.
But because light takes time to travel. So if you're looking at something further away and you saw that light, that means you're looking much more back in time.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at a star that's 10 light years away, then you're looking 10 light years in the past. 10 light years like a distance in space. So you can calculate literally from a picture how long ago that picture that you're looking at existed. And right now they're trying to learn more about how it all started and like how old the universe is, and they're looking back in time. So these pictures you're seeing They could be of stars that don't exist right now. Like they have already exploded and died, but we're capturing them because light lags. Light takes time to travel to.
That's fucking insane. That's what I'm saying. That's pretty fucking gnarly.
That's what I think about at night.
That's gnarly fucking shit. For real. That's fucking sweet. That is. That says something. Science shit is cool, bro. Some of that shit, I mean, it's nerdy, but it's sweet.
It's interesting.
Fuck with it. It is.
It's something to think about.
For sure. For sure. But I gotta fucking, I gotta say, I gotta get ready to wrap this shit up. But this has fucking been awesome. Fucking 2 hours.
Thank you for bringing me here, man.
Hell yeah, this shit was solid, bro. I'm glad I got you on. Yeah.
I'm so happy.
We fucking talked about a bunch of different shit, dude. I'm glad we caught up. People are gonna love seeing you on here, bro. It was awesome.
Thank you.
You'll definitely have to come by again, bro. For
Absolutely.
sure. Like 100%. I said, this shit's gonna be rolling for a minute, so you're one of the first people on, bro. I'm glad you came.
I'm so glad.
I look forward to doing this shit again.
I'm gonna see you when this pops up.
For sure.
100%.
For sure. Oh, you'll be back on here. Next time you be on here, motherfucker, we'll go to Egypt together, bro, and then you'll pop back on this motherfucker, dude. All day.
We'll just go riding on the horse in the middle of the desert just for hours.
Dude, I'm telling you. I'm with that shit. Let's fucking get it. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Hell yeah. All right, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah. Peace out.